You forgot about my 6th sense.
Thing that's advantage on like death saves.
You have advantage when making checks to resist ambush or surprise.
Yeah, this isn't an ambush and you're not surprised.
You should have saw this coming.
Sees you and then they start getting up. Like they're not jumping immediately. By rolling initiative, and I'll get 3 rounds on.
Alright. Oh, I forgot to select him. 6 for mage. Whoops.
Wait, I've got advantage on mine. Let me roll again.
And that's oh, you didn't roll well.
No, 6 was for mage. You have skit scratch on there.
Alright. I will just get scratch as well.
I mean, if you want to give it to skit scratch, that's fine.
I rolled for him and I got a 4 and he has +2.
Oh, alright.
So, yeah, we rolled the same. Alexander got a 14.
I have no +2, I think. Or anything, so mine's just a nat 6, so I would go first out of the 2 of us.
Yeah, skip scratch would go, because yes. Yeah, sure, and as you see the head turn and Neil start to stand up, you're the first one to react.
Everyone's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. And
it seems they're not triggered by sound, they're triggered by something touching something on the table. Or them.
Well, you know what? That just proves his hypothesis. And he just learned
if he shot one with the bolt, it would have triggered them.
If Rowan's peeking, would he be able to, like, see this guy, and this guy then?
Yeah, you can kind of, like, no, you can lean around and basically see basically all of the room.
Yeah.
You're gonna lean this pretty much.
And I can see it as well since I'm kind of right behind them.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, like Siegfried and Skit, and anyone, so I can't see. I can't really see right now.
We'll go ahead and try and...
Hello. Can't do any voice.
Ren will try and take a shot at this person in the back. Light crossbow, go. 18.
Nice, that is.
That's an 8. That's a... Damage could be better, but it does damage.
Fire that thunks into the chest, and he like thunks in, rips through, like tears out several ribs. You can like stumbles to the side a bit, but rights itself.
Rowan is gonna go ahead and use his movement and then to reorient himself in a tactical maneuver by going over to the other door. Just like breach himself on it.
Get you clear. Alexandria.
Alright, so is my Inspire a bonus action?
It's a free action, you can just do it. This game doesn't really have bonus actions. I have that listed on a few of the gifts, but that's just so you can't use all of the gifts in one turn.
Alright,
Yeah,
so I'm obviously going to Inspire Mange. Just saying, alright, you idiot, now you've got to get yourself out of this pickle. And then I just kind of, the one that's turning to face him, I have my...
I remind you, firing into melee, they have an increased AC, and if you miss, you might hit an ally.
Hey, one thing real quick. The thing Mange touched was the word stone.
Yeah, you're reaching out for the word stone, and then it turned.
But you said it reacts to something being touched.
Yeah, it was basically as soon as you went inside of the room, they got triggered. They just took a second.
Ah, alright.
So basically, crossing the threshold is what triggered them.
Well, can I still touch the word stone?
So, yeah, you can reach out and tap it as a free action on your turn.
Alright.
Grab it, pocket it. But yeah.
So I'm not going to risk trying to, because I don't trust my aim all that much.
Like
so I'm
aim
going
to shoot it,
go
and then kind of moving around.
Let's see. How do I...
You can use the little circle with the line in it to go ahead and, drag something like that.
Also, just for...
Circle with the line?
Top left. The
So...
panel.
There's, this thing. Yeah, it's like a ruler inside of a circle.
It used to look like a usually.
Is this considered tight quarters, and so would I get disadvantage with my axe? Like, is this a really small room, or is it like open ceiling?
I think the roof would be tall enough. So yeah, you're not that like.
You're not. Is it cramped?
It's about to another like Kong's head to be like scraping the ceiling. So yeah, I think you're about you're high 4 foot. So yeah, you'd be fine.
Okay.
Like, Kong will have a hard time in 6 feet. Might be like a little cramped, but you're fine.
Okay.
Plus, Mange has my inspiration, so we can add on. What is my modifier? It's.
Oh, and remember your inspiration is you can do that when they make the attack. You don't have to give it beforehand. You know, as he's swinging, you see like, oh, he missed by 1. Okay, have the extra plus my charisma mod.
Right.
As their weapon is coming down, you're just like, you better fucking hit!
Alright. Alright, so I'm going to shoot this guy right here.
So like, as Rowan tucks and dives out of the way, he's bringing up the pistol and fire.
Alright, let me roll for my pistol. Doesn't have any hit or damage plus. Is that supposed to be there?
Yeah, because it's just your attack bonus plus your dex, which includes. That's just like additional mods.
Alright, so attack bonus plus my dex.
No, you don't need to put in anything, it does it by itself. Just leave them in 0.
Alright.
Yeah, that's for any additional stuff.
Oh. Maybe you should have.
Would you like to use a reroll?
You can't reroll attack. You can reroll ability checks. So, fun thing with pistols is that black powder is fairly experimental. So this Alexandria brings up the pistol, there's a crack, and like, what? And then they go there's a pop inside of the gun and something shoots out.
Ah, crap.
So you take 8 damage. Like a little shot of metal gun zips out and kind of skims.
How much HP does Alexandra even have, Max? Like 20 some?
Not a fair amount. She took HP. It's got 22 total.
So you're down to 14 HP.
Yeah. They're not quite staggered yet. But yeah, you're kind of holding this pistol, and the bit of metal zips out and scratches across your cheek. And it's like the gun kind of crumbles, and you're gonna have to get that fixed.
Son of a bitch! This rusty piece of shit.
Ha ha! Ball lady shoots off!
Meanwhile, May just
Shut up,
getting
you're about to die. Hey, big fella, mind getting in there?
So yeah, Alexander, you can still move in there if you want. I mean, I can't because I can't think
move aside to fucking fix your gun.
You can move to get out of the way of anybody if you want.
You can move up to 30 feet.
30. No, she's enough.
35?
I think so.
No, 35 is Skaven.
Oh,
Yeah, we have that natural dexterous. We have the 5 additional movement of Skaven.
Yeah, so I'm just like, the gun misfires, hits her in the cheek, and she like dives through the side to get out of people's way.
Fucking fiddle with the gun and try and fix it.
That's not even something you can repair in the field. That's something you need to go and like, get a forge.
Fair. Alright, now it would be Mr. Zweihander's turn.
Mr. Sig.
Mr. Zweihander's gonna try to sneak over to where Rowan is. And
stab Rowan in the back.
Yes. If he manages to get there, he wants to offer one end of the piece of twine to him. And just kind of whisper to him like, got it. And he's gonna try to sneak past the doorway and tie it at the other end.
So you're trying to set up a tripwire along here?
Yeah.
Alright,
To be fair, there was an explosion over here as well as the crossbow.
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand.
Alright.
Head over there.
Let's see if that actual tripwire exists or doesn't.
Yeah, it's like this a thin piece of cord.
Oh no!
Yeah, is he gonna hand it to Rowan, walk across, and
You
Trip.
It was a bit shorter than you thought. So as you're gonna set up, this is like kind of like, oh, it's getting a bit long. Oh, but that's good. It should be tight. Just snap. Or just the string just snaps into you're both holding like a couple foot.
Well, this is going swimmingly thus far, everyone.
Rowan's just looking at you like,
And that
really?
one and that 20 bit in the wrong place.
Rowan just probably hear Siegfried just under. Try not to straight up curse, just like.
And Rowan's just going, shh.
Yeah, just kind of, he's gonna take up position by his this
just
side of the door.
taking out your greatsword properly. He's gonna let go of it to do that. He's gonna lean against the one. You're like, fuck, picking it up.
Yeah.
And now the blob thing. There was a loud boom over here. So
Alright, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
yeah, you see these like thick guys that kind of jerkily get to their feet and kind of like with a puppet, if a very bad puppeteer, kind of like start stumbling and like jerkily walking towards you.
Well, shit.
They look like somebody with Tourette's just having a bad day.
Yeah, kind of. So jerkily.
No offense to anyone with Tourette's, it's just fucking funny, okay?
Would step over and it would see Rowan first.
Rowan's fucking dying right now.
I actually fucking died there, holy shit.
Yes, the one here that Kong had to dash to get there because these things are not that fast. The one going up to like Alexander just kind of like jerkily steps on the thing, sees you, then just kind of reaches out with this weird like clawed hand, like thing, just like plunge its arm into your chest. That's a natural 2. Kind of reaches out for that, and you just like take a step back, and it stumbles and almost falls over on the steps, barely running itself. The one stepping over and going for Rowan is holding like this broken end of string. Oh, natural 19.
Are you fucking serious?
Is that the one that's attacking Rowan?
Yeah.
But yeah, how would it know that I was...
So it's kind of like turning, taking a step. It's fair, you were like trying to be hidden.
Yeah.
roll
I would suggest, I mean, Siegfried
Give it
was
disadvantage.
running across.
yeah, roll a stealth. I won't give you disadvantage because there was a loud boom over here, which would draw the attention.
Okay.
Yeah, roll that to see if like a bit of you poked out at the wrong time.
Nope, he
Alright.
succeeded.
Yeah, no, it was attracted to the boom then. Good call.
Fuck.
So then the
Some
3
simp
attacking,
you are.
and then the 3 attacking the visible target of mange. That is 12, a 14, and a 15.
The 15 hits, that's it.
That is 5 damage. And then give me a luck will save.
Wait, to
Or
who? To me? Oh, to him.
no, the one
wait.
that you missed. This is them attacking mange. So 5 damage to mange, and mange you can make a luck will or take 1 charisma damage.
Charisma damage? Fail.
Yeah, so you reduce your current charisma by 1.
Like permanently?
It's the current one. Like when you take a rest, you can replenish it.
Alright, so I'm down to 9 for the
The
moment.
thing is in these games that you can choose to not take them because succeeding them lowers your will. Like if you don't care about your charisma, you can just take the hit.
But, well, I already rolled it, so.
Yeah, but you failed either way. Yeah, you just drop your charisma. This thing kind of, there's these things all like kind of scratching at you with these weird like fleshy, globby hands, and like one kind of gets like a slight scratch in your shoulder, and you feel this like almost like drain out of you, like you get like a little bit pale. You just feel like something that makes mange that kind of flow out of the wound.
I care slightly less about shiny.
And mange, what is Skit Scratch doing?
Alright. Mange is currently surrounded by 3 motherfuckers that are blobby as shit and want to kill him. Is he basically pinned in place?
This is Skit Scratch. Skit Scratch going first. I'm just,
Alright.
Since you're his bird, I'll let you say what Skit Scratch does.
Alright, Mange says to Skit Scratch, "Stabs blobby things!" And just basically tells him to attack whatever the nearest one that I'm assuming is already attacking somebody is, so. Because I remember, I remember Mange having something like, Skit won't fight alone.
He shout down. It sees the conch raising up his hammer to go for that, and then he runs over and starts jabbing his knives at it. So that's a natural 3 for his first attack. So he goes in to stab that, and it goes between two of the ribs and kind of pulls it out awkwardly. And his weird double thing would have been an 18, but it's an offhand, so it's disadvantage. So he's is stabbing at it, but he's used stabbing living things, he's kind of stabbing through non-vital bits, and it's really confuses why it's not working.
No, stab other parts!
It's like
Alright, Mange at this point is going to be like, yeah, I'd rather not die to these things, so he is going to rage.
And remember, a thing you can do is when you take a hit, you can rage in response to the hit to half the damage of it.
So can I posthumously do it in response to that 5 damage?
For the first few sessions, I'll give you guys some leniency units.
Yeah, alright.
As it scratch you, just this rage fills you.
Is it round up or round down?
Round down.
So
I just kind of say, I swear to God, if you miss this, and I give you my.
Well, you can choose after he rolls. You might hit.
So I have a +2. I have a +2 to hit and a +2 to now.
If you miss, she can give you the bonus.
All right.
Which
so
is +3.
you give it after the roll.
By the way, in response to chat, I don't know how to set up so you can actually see how much favor you have. So, Mange. So I'm assuming this one's already wounded.
Yeah, that one has a big hole in its chest where a crossbow bolt ripped through it.
Alright, so Mange is just going to be like, get away! And swing really hard at that one. Can I re-roll that since I still... No, it's an attack roll, right?
Yeah, you can't re-roll it.
Nope, but does it make a difference if I give him my...
A natural 1 is still a fumble, and a +2 wouldn't regardless. Yeah,
Oh, wait.
you're screaming out, get away, you swing the axe, and they can be surprisingly nimble. As you kind of swing that and it steps back, you kind of hit the floor. As another one reaches out and goes to slash at you, and as you're kind of trying to wrench out the floor. And that is a 14.
Doesn't hit.
Barely misses. You feel it kind of scratch across the metal plate on your shoulder.
So Mange is going to turn around and sort of as a free action just touch the word stone on the table.
You reach out and kind of grab it and roll your 2d100.
Alright, so what are my options? 66 and 40.
Ghostly voices fill the air for d10 minutes, or your hair stands on end for d10 hours.
Ghostly voices fill the air just around me?
Yeah, just kind of in an area around you for a bit.
No, be the fuzzy rat.
So you could poof up and look massive.
Alright, Mange is going to poof. So what was it?
Yeah, so roll a d10.
For 9 hours?
Yeah, so he reaches out and kind of grabs as he's kind of wrenching the axe out of one hand, he grabs this weight and shoves it in his pocket. And as you touch it, you feel this shock go up you, like you just touch the metal pipe after rubbing your feet on the carpet. Just Mange just poofs. Every hair is stuck on it.
Mange pauses for half a second, turns around, and just goes, "Rah!"
If these things were in any way intelligent, that might be effective and intimidating.
Yeah, but Mange doesn't understand that they aren't.
Yeah, you can mark the weird stone in your pocket.
Alright, so as of right now, Mange has picked up 2 additional word stone.
Karg, this thing is coming towards him, so he's going to bring the club down his head. With a natural 1!
Oh my god!
Why?
My dice, apparently. He's going to bring up this hammer and slams it down. Again, the thing being surprisingly fast in short bursts. It kind of ducks and goes and goes to jab him in the gut. But it rolls an 11. And just jabs him and hits the belly. He's kind of laughing as he's trying to subtly pull his hammer out of the ground. So, don't look at her hammer. There we go. Rowan.
Rowan's kind of like
My plan didn't work.
he's kind of like doing a little bit of a peek in there, and he looks over at Siegfried while he's reloading. He's just like, I think this one's on you, buddy. I can't get anywhere near those guys. And Rowan's gonna spend his action reloading his gun. Or his bolt.
Rowan like puts the bucket and starts pulling up the string.
Siegfried sighs and said, I'll try to chop at one. Once that thing's reloaded, shoot the other one.
It's not your turn.
It's Alexander's turn.
Yeah, Rowan says,
one in front of me. I do have a knife, so I'm just gonna try to stab this thing as hard as I can.
Yeah, so as it's like stumbling on a step, you just pull out this knife and go to shank it. Roll your attack.
Another one! Oh my god! Oh my god!
You've got to be fucking
Can
kidding
we
me.
get all of the fucking bad luck out of the way already? God damn it, roll 20.
It's only been Rowan that's been doing good. Holy shit!
Yeah, as you kind of go to pull the knife out and you find like kind of stuck, and you look down and see like it's cold, but you didn't think it was that cold. There's like a small sheen of ice on it, which you kind of wrench it for a second before ripping it out. But in the time it took to do that, thing is right to itself, and you see it brings down its weird claw at you. That's a 12. It slices through the air in front of you.
I think it's time we all consider the pros of becoming flesh puppies.
Alright, Siegfried.
Siegfried's gonna. One sec, 'cause I just want to check a rule real quick. Siegfried's gonna switch his stance to charger, and he's gonna charge in at this one.
So Siegfried kind of like takes out a sword, kind of drops down to a stance and goes running in. So it's kind of held in a low grip, so you won't accidentally hit the roof.
Yeah.
The roof is big enough that you're not going to be hampered by it. You're not doing massive overhead swings, you're kind of keeping it low.
So it doesn't get an advantage on my attack while I'm charging, and I get to knock it prone if I succeed.
Yeah, and you get a +2 to hit and to damage
Alright.
while you're charging. Well, when you actually get the charge.
Alright, so is each of these blocks 5 feet?
Yes.
So 5, 10.
You have to move at least 20 foot. Yeah, you can get into any of them.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack this one.
Ooh, hey. Zach.
Yeah?
We have a buff. Malal buff.
Oh.
So, actually we have two.
Oh, two buffs.
Ooh.
So this is the table. So how many buffs do we have listed?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, so roll 2d6. I'll let you do it, Zach, because you are the DM.
3 and a
Alright.
1.
So, Blessing of Regeneration and Renaud's Thumb Up.
Okay.
So, both of these are directed at single characters. The first one, Renaud's Thumb Up, was classic. So, whoever you want to apply it to will get advantage on their next roll to hopefully overcome a fucking fumble.
One of the blocks if you want.
Yeah, you can give it to literally anyone. It can be one of our allied NPCs, it can be one of these fucking enemy blob things, it can be one of us. And then for Marius, you can choose a character to heal for D4 plus 1. Alright, so Siegfried gets advantage on his next roll. And Marius, who do you want to heal, if anybody? It can be an enemy, it can be us.
Because like as Siegfried is dropping into this position, you just feel this like surge of energy from some unknown eldritch places.
Oh, I love this
running
guy.
in.
I love
Alexandria, roll 1d4 plus 1.
this guy. Alright.
So 2 HP.
And as Alexandria's there, you feel like the tender stroke of some unknown entity, which has a nice soothing feeling. Doesn't really help, but like you feel a little bit better. Like the wound, like that cutting you hurts a little less.
Alright.
Yourself for that. And Sigby goes running in, an advantage on your attack now. Advantage and +2, double that one.
So...
Should I just roll again anyway?
Yeah, roll again if you didn't roll with advantage.
Okay, yeah, it's a good thing we had advantage.
Yeah.
Oh god, look at your damage roll as well. You got double 12.
Damn. Kill
Double
it to death.
12. Wait, wouldn't I be doubling to 16? Oh, double.
No,
That
it's
is
on the damage you automatic because you roll with advantage.
okay.
Yeah, thing normally. Yeah. Yeah, you got a max damage, you just run in this off through its head.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like
Beautiful.
running in and feel this energy fuse you just and the head just rolls to the floor and the body's kind of twitches for a second. You're gonna whack it with the pommel to make sure and it collapses to the floor and it scatters apart.
Nice, nice.
And it is now the
Excellent
blobby's
shit.
turn. So, there. Got one against Kark, which just hits. 3 damage and does not care about charisma. So you'll take the charisma hit. Let me mark it because he does not have a whole bunch of charisma. And then one will attack me to get scratched with a natural 3. One attacking Alexandria with a total of 9. And then here, they kind of actually no, but like this, they're outnumbering me. They're gonna keep there and keep like pressing their attack, trying to hurt me. Wow, that is a natural 2 and a 14.
Neither of them hit. So, no fumble for me to swing back at?
No, it was a natural 2, not a 1.
But they didn't hit me, from the sounds of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the blobs did nothing.
Alright.
Even with that +1 for flank.
Mange screams at Skit, stab.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep shanking at the one in front of him. Ooh, natural 20.
Woo, beautiful.
He comes in and does maximum damage. That is 8, 9. Yeah, that's 10 health. So he goes in and like one knife jabs it right in the clavicle, kind of down through the chest. Like would definitely like puncture a heart, and that would be a kill on most people. He kind
On a living being.
And it turns towards him. He kind of squeaks and goes to jab his double dagger into it. Oh, double 9. That may actually hit these guys. He has a +3 to hit, so that exactly hits. Like squeaks and jabs at it in like one blade in each eye, it just penetrates through the skull. And it like, squeaks, stabs at it in, and it kind of jerks several times and then collapses off of his knife.
Can Mange see that well enough from where he is right now?
There's a lot of blobs in the way.
Alright, yeah.
I think you'd hear like the squeak of it not working and a stab and something collapse. So it sounds like he did something successful.
Aha! Sounds good! Mange is going to fucking he's still raging because it was in reaction to the other thing. This is the last turn for his rage.
Yeah, it'll end at the end of your turn.
Yep. So, swing axe at non-wounded one. And would that hit? 11?
No, Alexander, do you want to give him the buff?
Absolutely. I just say, you better not fucking miss this, or I'll kill you myself.
As Alexandria is struggling to get her knife out of her sheath. Yeah, with that's a +2, I think. Alexandria?
+3, actually.
+3.
So
yeah, as she
14.
shouts that, you just feel like, I'll fucking show you as you jam the blade into the thing's head. and 15 damage. You just basically almost cut it in half. Cutting it in half, like.
That lady couldn't kill me if she wanted!
It's gonna bring the axe, hits into the shoulder, and you can pull it down, kind of getting caught on the hips and not quite cutting it into. Yeah, it kind of slops to the sides and collapses down. Kark, the one that he wanted to squish, is now down. I think he cares. I think he would care more about Alexandria than he does about the little rat thing.
She's at least pretty.
Yeah. He's like, not the worst I've seen. He's goes to bring the hammer to smack it. That just barely hits. Kark has not been rolling good. But then his damage. This is why you guys should have been afraid if he'd hit you during that fight. Fucking grin.
Wow, what a shitty roll, though. He probably barely hits him and glances like half of his body off, but he's still alive.
Although also, when a creature within range of him becomes staggered, he gets a free attack on it.
Oh!
Yeah, so,
He swings again.
It's alive and then gets to hit it with the end of the hand and finish it off. And hits, and he cannot roll less than 2. Hits it with that, seems annoyed that it's still alive and brings the hammer down, just squashes it onto the stairs. Alexandria kind of gets splattered with a bit of gore. This like weird, like very red flesh kind of slaps onto your face.
I'm just kind of like very out of breath, kind of holding my hand. Hey, not bad, big fella.
Smirks and then turns to go and smack the other one. Rowan? Hey, you've got a crossbow reloaded, and the 2 that are left are in combat. They're in melee.
Rowan is. He plans on going ahead and take. That's actually a good question on what we want to. Or I don't want to do. What? Rowan would probably go ahead and do like move up with his crossbow, maybe do a little acrobatic somersault just for flavor-wise. Here.
Kind of doing the what's it? Was it the office parkour?
Parkour!
Gonna jump on his mid-flex, it will do a roll, come up. Yeah, parkour!
Parkour! Right in front of him is the warp stone, just like.
And they come up out of roll, see that? You grab it?
Yeah, he's gonna grab it.
Roll your D100.
Come on, give me some horrific effects. Hey!
88. Yeah, so as you touch it, you feel this like shock go through you, and it's fun, like your thoughts like weirdly cloudy. And roll me a D10.
Okay. 5.
Reduce your courage willpower by 1 for 5 minutes. You just feel like this shock of energy go through you, and kind of like a slight headache, like you can't quite think as quickly as normally. Oh god.
Alright. Yeah, that was my action, I assume.
No, you can just grab it and put it in your pocket. It's not hard.
Then...
Imagine you just have like a pouch on the side, it's not hard, just to shove it in.
Okay, the question is, would Mange forgive me if I accidentally... You know how fucking bad I am with shooting into combat.
And Skip does only have 6 hit points, so one shot is likely to kill him.
Yeah, no, I don't,
Mange will forgive you for shooting him in the shoulder, but he won't necessarily forgive you for shooting his friend. But would Rowan realize this in the moment?
Yeah. Well, there's like Nikki at the moment, there's the massive form of Kark in the way as well. Like,
yeah,
there's a fair amount in the way of this guy. He's also
he would see this one as an easier shot than this one.
You could like shoot that one between Siegfried's legs.
Yeah. It's just locked on target. Man.
Careful.
You're gonna come up out of the roll, kind of aiming that, see that, grab, shove it in your pocket.
Nope.
Fire that.
But it wasn't a fumble.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fumble.
Roll a D3.
Oh wait. Fucking 1 out of 100.
You rolled a 1 out of D3.
Well, that counts.
Oh.
So if it was a 33 or less. So,
wait,
yeah, roll
so
a hit Mange.
Siegfried or Mange? Should we do
Siegfried is not in the melee.
Alright,
He's
so...
not actually engaged. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd hit Mange.
Yeah, he just... No, you re-roll the attack to see if you actually hit him. You might just hit him in the armor.
Yep, that actually no. So it ended at the end of my turn, right?
Yes. You can rage again if you want.
Do I have another rage?
You bought it.
Oh yeah. You get the one, so you take it as your thing. So yeah, you're out of rages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like kind of coming down a bit, like the phone's leaving mouth. You just go, the bolt just embed itself in your side.
Sorry.
That
you're
hurt!
They're not quite staggered. So you feel like most of it got absorbed by the armor. It's kind of like it's poking you awkwardly and annoyingly in the hip. Because until you actually get staggered, it's not really damaged.
Manges just gotta like glare at Rowan and say, "Other words turn mine."
as you look back and see it's not on the table anymore.
Yeah.
Rowan just does the guilty shrug. Just
Right, Alex.
Alright, so the thing in front of me is dead, right?
Yeah, it got smushed. It's just that's the one that is on the initiative tracker.
Alright.
So let's kind of move that out of the way.
Okay, so since I kind of know Skid
Ooh.
Scratch
Hold up.
better, I'm probably gonna
Hold
go
up, we got a
with,
debuff.
Oh.
We'll all debuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 of those, so roll 1d10.
10.
10.
All right, so it's unfortunate. Reduce somebody's luck by 1. Who's losing some luck?
I wouldn't say when it says PC, you can also pick one of their like allies. Pick Congo's Get Scratched if you want.
Yeah. So any of the actual players, not the enemies. Mange loses a luck. Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Alright.
It's shot in the back. Well, I mean, to be fair, you
Yeah,
did get shot
it's
in the
been
back.
unfortunate.
Thanks, Classic.
Yeah, then you just feel this bolt hit him in the side, and then God just gives him the middle finger. Alright, Alexandria, continue.
Alright, since I know I've known Skid Scratch for a while longer, I'm probably gonna go help him out. And I'm gonna try to stab him again.
Yeah, you finally like break the bit of ice and yank that knife out of the sheath. You do have it outnumbered, so you get a +1 on the attack. So you can increase the hit mod by 1.
Oh, I increase it by 1? Alright.
Yeah. And when you outnumber something, you get a +1 on the attacks. 14 hits. These kind of
5 damage.
drive that knife into like the back of its skull. Like something like crack and squelch, but then like as you're holding it there, the head kind of starts to turn to look towards you. You kind of hold along with the knife for a second before you yank it out. Right, Siegfried. Just Siegfried. Is he back?
He's not.
Yeah, you're muted if you're saying things.
Oh, I fucked up. Yeah, Siegfried's gonna move over towards this bleedy fleshy, and is just gonna. I'll take a swing at it.
You get a +1 because it's outnumbered. Yeah, so this is a slight modification of the game's rules. Because normally if you're flanking, you get a +1. But since I find that tends to make combats evolve into a line, I just modified it to being if you outnumber the person, then you get the +1. That fights can become a normal blob. Yeah, and 8, you go and swing that in, and again, these things are surprisingly fast in short bursts. So, swing that in, and it kind of zips out of the way, you kind of skim just past.
Alright.
As now it is the blob's turn. Well, since you just swung at it, it's going to turn and go to scratch for Siegfried. Ooh, that is a 18. I assume that hits Siegfried.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 3 damage. And 1 charisma damage, unless you want to try and...
Oh, what the hell? I'll try to resist the charisma damage.
Just remember, if you resist it, and you do successfully, then that drops down your luck, and there might be something later that you want to save against more.
Actually, yeah, fuck that.
If you don't really use charisma, you might as well take the hit. because like until something's going to drop you down to like a 3, you're basically fine. You don't use it. You're just
Yeah,
trying to, like,
fuck it.
more difficult to get words out and stuff.
He'll just take the prettiness hit.
And you feel like small amount of like the thing that makes you get kind of sucked out with your fingers. And the other one, Alexandria just stabbed it in the back of the head, so it's going to turn and do a scratch at her. That's correct. That is an 11. It goes like the scratch out, and Alexandria like backflips out of the way.
Nice, I'm getting acrobatic.
Gets scared, misses with the first one, and just barely misses with his offhand. Mange.
Alright, Mange's turn. Mange has
trying to stab at it, but again going for the chest, but there's not really anything of value. It's like,
Mange just like turns to this one and just like, "You die now!" Okay, that should kill it.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah, this screen, you die,
Alright.
and just cut it in half.
Mange just sort of smiles as a result.
Yeah, so the top half kind of like tries to like
You die
roll
now.
towards you for a second and then
Okay.
collapse.
And Mange has a lot of movement and can just scurry over here, basically.
This means runs over to join the curb stomp. Alright, can't.
Speaking of curb stomp,
Roll bad. Rowan. Conk is like trying to swing this hammer, but there's too many little people in the way. He's like, fucking out of my way!
So Mage was Rowan was gonna go ahead and like raise his finger, just like I'm gonna heal, and like Mage is already gone. So, Rowan is gonna go ahead and inspect. Well, yeah, it seems like they have this pretty covered, so he's gonna go ahead and start inspecting this item on the table, I suppose.
Seems to be this like statuette, so like or like 8 inches or so large, and just seems to be this ivory statue of a coiled up snake. Looks basically like the token.
Would I begin? Could I begin trying to inspect it for any magical properties while these guys are all fighting?
I think that like takes a minute or so.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty much just giving my turn up. Since they're all pretty much taking on this one guy.
Yeah, sensing magic is a few minutes. Yeah, so it's kind of like, they got that, as you're like picking it up and like examining it, like looking at the magic around it. Alex, you kind of rip your dagger out of the head and it's attacking at you.
yeah, I've got nothing else to do other than just do it again.
Another stab.
Another stab. Let's do this. One moment.
Okay, that should kill it. Or hit it, at least.
22. Yeah, so you go and you stab into it again, like again hitting like the side of the head. Kind of takes the hit, and it jerks to the side and kind of like trying to scratch at you again, still alive. It has become staggered, so Khorne gets his free hit on it. Or free attack on it.
Stop throwing shit off the table.
Oh. As he gets a natural 19. Yeah. So as Alexander like stabs it in the side, it like turns towards her again as she rips the knife out, and then it just goes splat under the hammer. Can't crushes it. It is. I was very disappointed at how that fight went last session, because if it hit one of you, would have got an immediate free hit again. So you should have been a lot harder to fight.
Well, the combat is over, so probably the combat music should go too.
I just kind of look over at Mange and I just kind of smack him upside the head. You fucking idiot!
Mange turns back and slaps her in the boobs.
We cut to black.
Roll for jiggle. Roll for jiggle physics.
Are we
for
trying to
jiggle
roll high or
physics.
low?
Yes.
Nat 1, it goes backwards. You're
There.
confused.
Yes, it does a 737 roll. Whatever that means.
Sounds like a Tony Hawk.
All right. Well, now we have to make a jiggle
Make that
physics
noise.
table.
I mean, that's up to you guys. You can make that if you want.
Anyway, moving
The
on.
fight is finished. You guys can do a short rest if you want.
Mange is going to do a short rest to get his rage back at the very least.
You get 3 per day. So the first one, you get 3 rolls.
Does it go 3, 2, and 1
Yes.
modified by your kind mod? Okay.
And it goes 3, 2, and 1, and you get an additional number equal to your con mod, which you can take at any point. Which you can add
So
to any of them.
what are we rolling for this again? Willpower?
For the rest, it is a will check.
So we'll save
still
or
passable.
we'll check?
We'll check.
Will check, not a save.
No luck.
And on the handout is what you can do.
Right, so
And then I'll say the NPCs, since they don't really have abilities and stuff to use, I'll just say that whenever they're short rest, they just heal half of what they've lost. Plus their con mod.
Alright,
Treat it like they got one.
so the first one is going to be to recover HP. So half of what I lost total, I have lost 9 HP. So half of that be rolled down.
Yeah, everything is rounded down, so you'd recover
Round
4
out.
plus your con mod.
4 plus 2, so 6 HP back. So Mange is back up to 20.
Just
And,
sit down for a second, you can like check over the wounds that you took, and like you got a scratch, and yank the bolt out of your side, throw it back at me, throw it back at Rowan.
And I'm gonna do a second one. Do I have to do a separate one to try and regain my the rage?
Pick the deep one. You get 3 rolls. So you use 3 rolls on your first rest. Yeah, you can not roll them if you don't want them, but you get the 3 rolls.
All right, so I've got I succeeded on the first 2. So can I did that heal? Can I just get my rage back for another encounter?
Yeah. So the first one is the heal. The second one is your rage. I don't think you're down any reroll, and you only have the 1 ability, so you don't really need to roll a third. You can if you want for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Yeah. Alexander and Siegfried. You
Oh
guys
god
can-
damn it!
I just kind of say, do
your rest if you want.
any of you fucking idiots know how to repair a gun? It's like mine broke in this mess.
Rowan, while like looking at this magical statue, just if it was magic, yes, but I don't know anything about artificing.
It's not
Right.
it's not rattling gun. It's weird.
Yeah. Kind of looks like that's the tiniest lead belcher I've seen. I don't know.
Great. Guess this thing's-
Siegfried's gonna just say like, I could have a look at it.
Yeah,
Out of character, he has no real skill. I think would be related, but
I mean,
try.
you are a mercenary. Like, what is your background?
True.
Is your background mercenary? Yes. Yeah, I think, Soldier of Fortune, you've definitely seen guns before. Like, you've seen people, do some field repairs to them, so you might be able to do something.
He'll give it a go.
You'd have the best chance out of anybody. You've actually seen a gun before.
Alright, here you go. Give it a shot.
I just
Give it a
kinda-
shot, fuck buddy.
Give it a shot. There you go.
Oh,
Bashes it with a fucking handle of the Zweihander, just cracks it in half. Here you go.
So which stat would I be rolling?
It is a general law with intelligence.
Fuck.
Can he choose to re-roll that potentially?
no, he doesn't have the skill. Wait,
Yeah. If you don't have, do you not have general law?
He has insight.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
like
if you don't have you don't have general law. So yeah, you can have
No
look at it, you
reroll.
can try and buff it out a bit. You make it look a bit better, but you don't know how to do the internals. Like, you've seen somebody fix one before, but he had a whole bunch of equipment and it took him 20 minutes. So you can buff it out and I don't know.
You can still intimidate someone with it. This is some advanced
You kind
stuff.
of make it look like it's not broken, but it won't fire. You could point it at somebody and it looks scary.
Thanks anyway.
Are you
I
feeling
take it
lucky,
back,
punk?
And I just start trying to do a short rest as well.
Yeah, so short rest in this game is very short, basically like a minute or two. You know, like quickly bandage yourself up, take a breather. Can't just like looks down and wipes the blood off of the already clotting wound.
Alright, so what do I roll for it?
It's the handout that I showed to everybody. Here. Not magic. Yeah, it is. You get free will checks, and you can do one of the things for every success you get.
Alright, so what should I roll then? What stat?
It is will. Just
Will. Alright.
No skill, just the will stat, and you roll that 3 times.
Alright.
One success. Just roll it twice more. 2 success. Okay. So you got 2 successes, so you can pick two of the things.
Alright. So what does that do?
You can pick 2 of those. Yeah, I don't think you've used any real pulse, so I think you just want the healing to get back here into.
Yeah, healing.
Okay, you can mark back your inspiration, then you heal. You lost 8, so you heal 4 plus your con mod.
Yay, they can inspire me to not be shit again.
So 1, 2, 3. And then what is it next? Plus my con, you said?
Yeah, so you'd heal up 6.
Oh, I'm fully healed then. And
Oh, I miscounted. I thought you'd lost 8, you'd lost 6. So you'd have regained
So
5, so you'd have to drop 1 hit point.
alright, fair enough. Alright, so I did that, and then my inspiration's back. That's cool.
So
Cool.
do you want the rest?
Yeah, he's gonna take a short rest and use it to regain uses of maneuvers.
You can roll your willpower. You get 3 rolls, which is the first short rest.
Okie doke. Three rolls, you said?
Yep. 3 willpower. That's 2 successes, that's all you need. You can actually use 3 because you have used 2 abilities. So yeah, so you can heal, recover abilities. You can pick 2.
Wait, I can heal and recover abilities?
Yeah, because you got 2 successes, so you can pick 2 off of the list.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he's gonna regain abilities and heal, I believe it's...
So you pick up one of your abilities, so you can get back adaptable or supplies.
I'll do, adaptable. And he's gonna...
And then you heal
So
1
for-
half of what you've lost plus your con mod. So you
Alright.
get back 1 plus it.
Wait, so can I go beyond my maximum then,
No,
or...?
you can only heal
Okay.
up. Yeah.
So yeah, just back to full then.
Yeah, you can't overheal by putting a bandage on.
I have become more durable.
Ugh.
So he kind of like looks down at the slight scratch on his chest and just kind of like puts like a quick patch over the armor to see it to back it up.
Holy Sigma! Bless this ravaged body!
Oh, Lord. Thank you, Saltspire.
Yeah, so a witch hunter walks in and kills you all for being heretic.
So,
We have the big gun or not?
a Skaven, an ogre, and a witch hunter walk into a bar. A witch hunter leaves.
The witch hunter leaves and comes back with reinforcements.
No, a witch hunter
Wait,
just
no.
leaves.
The witch hunter killed the
Nothing else
bartender
ever
for
leaves.
allowing this.
Nobody else leaves the bar ever again.
Oh.
The
That is
bar is cleansed and holy flame.
Basically. Shit some.
Yeah, so you guys take a second, you see these weird, like, half-fleshy corpses kind of on the ground now. And everyone is looking at this statue.
Yeah.
So, and you can roll your intelligence or perception check.
It is
Go on,
a arcane
please.
lore check to determine its magical properties, I believe.
No. Any character may spend a few minutes to make an intelligence or perception check. If they do not have arcane lore, it is at disadvantage. Yeah, it's just
Alright,
into
so
perception.
as he's doing this, Mange is going to come back into the room and try and pick it up immediately.
Yes, as Rowan's
Currently
like,
holding it.
he's like looking at it from all angles, kind of. Yeah, he's like holding it and looking at it.
Mange is going to be attempting to take it from his hands.
Do you want to do contested like sleight of hand or?
Mange roll a strength. Athletics if you have it. Rowan, you can oppose it with Dex or Strength.
Alright, you succeed. You manage to keep it away from Mange just because you're taller.
Yes, yeah. Rowan just stands on the table and holds it off. And you're like,
Give shiny!
Listen, after I go ahead and find out if it's of any value, you can either have it or I can give you the warp stone. Just be patient.
as you're in the house and Conk is kind of leaning on the door frame. He puts it in, but it'll be awkward and uncomfortable.
Actually, I'll kind of hang out. I'll kind of hang out with the big guy because he kind of saved my life a couple times.
Yeah, he's kind of leaning
Over
on the
here
door frame.
shooting the shit with the ogre.
Yeah, you got the intelligence. Yeah, it's not magical.
Oh, so it's just a shiny?
Yeah, it's just a nice statue. Well, you can probably get a good price for it. What did you get at? You got a great success. Let's say you could guess this would be around the ballpark of 150 or so gold. But if you sold it to the right person.
Khorne will go ahead and
it will take 10.
Khorne will go ahead and we'll go ahead and look at Mange, look at Skit Scratch, say, alright, one of you can have it.
Mange turns to Skit Scratch and sort of just glares.
He like shuffles backwards.
Mange takes the statue.
Taking look for a second, like try and shove it into your backpack.
Nah, Mange takes the statue, walks over to Skit Scratch, glares at him again, grabs him around the shoulder and says, "You hold statue!"
He like takes it and kind of like, he doesn't have any bags. He's like, he's got like a tiny one for gold and another tiny one for woodstone. Holds it out and like his tail wraps around it and is holding it.
Mange smiles at this.
The Mange, you can mark it on your inventory just so we don't lose it. Scared is carrying it. You see that kind of slips every now and then. You have to reach out and correct it. The tail isn't that prehensile.
Alright,
Also,
I got it marked down.
Ron's planning on getting the bolts that he fired. I believe he fired 2 in total. One
Yeah,
would
he
be...
fired one which embedded into the wall here, another one which is in the wall there.
Wait. No, I mean... Or wait, no. If one got shot into Mange, the other one got shot into the corpse, and one got shot out here, actually.
Yeah, he shot one through this way, one out there, and one into...
Should I roll 3d4 to see if I go ahead and can recover them?
Honestly, you get 2 of them back.
Alright.
So the one that hit the wall had magic on it, so I'd say that would keep it intact for at least the day for the magic. So if you go pick that back up, then the one Main kind of ripped out, and it's up to him if he gives it back to you or not.
Keeping the bolt out of spot.
This is mine now.
You shot me with it.
Mange will not give the bolt back.
And just
Deadly man.
Except he will, because he really doesn't give a shit too much about it, but he will glare at you as he's handing it back.
Alright.
Now shoot Mange again!
Well, it was either him or Skit Scratch, so... Oh, well. Hey, maybe we can find some more warp stone down the road.
Well, keep in mind, Mange doesn't understand that, you were thinking about this trade-off in your head.
Yeah.
He just knows that you fucking shot him. So,
All right. Should we get moving then?
Mange is going to inspect the room to see if there are any more shinies hidden amongst the guts.
You can roll your detection.
Success.
You look around and you can like dig through something that kind of piled up. You find like mostly intact furniture. So there's like some chairs and stuff scattered around. In one corner, kind of like curled up in a ball, is this like skeleton, which seems to be is too small to be a normal human, so maybe a child. Yeah, nothing that seems to be valuable. Nothing shiny.
Nothing
A
else in
whole
the room.
bunch of this weird red flesh, lumpy stuff, whatever it is.
Mange, after looking at the really small human, is just like, bah! And just like bashes it aside with his
Just
hands.
kicks it.
No shinies!
He kicks it, the skull kind of crunches and the bones scatter everywhere.
Mange turns to the door and starts walking out. Find more shiny! Oh no, he rolled a dice.
Yeah, just because I let you roll something doesn't mean that there is anything to find.
I know. No, I was commenting on the fact that you rolled something in the background, so that could mean fucking anything.
I just mess around with dice sometimes.
Sometimes.
Trying to mess with us as much as possible.
I do
Got
also
it.
do that on occasion. It's like, yeah, interesting. Really fun way to make players freak out. Because even saying I do it, you won't know if I'm just fucking with you and I do it for actual reasons. Are you fucking with us or is that an actual roll this time? What's going on?
Paranoia. Alright.
Yeah. You guys heading out and continuing on?
Going to go
Ron's
scour
gonna-
the other houses.
Ron's
I'm not
gonna-
making the mistake of leaving, of not being by the giant ogre's side. I'm sticking with him.
Siegfried, I think you've been out-simped.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe,
no.
we'll see.
Technically, Alexandria is
Because-
simping the giant.
Basically, yeah. It's like reverse sim.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's not hanging around the nearly 8-foot tall slab of flesh.
We are all the
Who
a
could
part of the
probably
giant.
literally rip you apart with his you-know-what.
Listen, I just want to be friends.
I'm only into strictly platonic relationships with occasional hand-holding.
No, what? You crazy? You doing hand holding before marriage? What the fuck?
I just know that
That's
if
just
I
ogre.
if I leave this guy, there's probably going to be something that kills me. This being
Yeah.
next to this guy gives me the highest probability of surviving this thing.
Yeah, you're hanging out for your meat shield.
Yep. Mange,
Exactly.
Mange and Skit Scratch are basically going to follow along Rowan.
Oh. Ron, like, as he's walking over to the side of the building, sees you guys following. He's just like, why are you following me? I was just going to go ahead and get the high ground.
Mange looks at you and tilts his head. Why not follow?
I mean, you could check out the other buildings, but I'm gonna I'm gonna get a scouting position. If any of you have any
Mange.
ranged weapons.
Mange is basically gonna be going
Well,
over towards this building here.
Did
Siegfried's
Yeah,
gonna.
moving stuff around.
Alright, Rowan is gonna use his grapple hook. Yeah, he has a grapple hook, that's right. To sling it up here and try and climb up onto the roof.
I like to say you should be able to move Conk around as well. So if you want to move around, you can just say that Conk's coming with you.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, Rowan, there's like a
No,
lot
he's
of
over
rubble.
here now. No, he's over there. He's over there. He's over there.
Yeah.
He's over
It
there.
wouldn't be too
He's
hard.
still
There's a lot
here.
of rubble. So yeah, I'd just say, Rowan, you could like climb up the wall if you take him in.
Okay, do you want me to roll acrobatics or
No, actually,
Is Siegfried even coming?
Take your time. There's a lot of rubble around. It's not a very hard climb.
okay. Eventually go
Clambers up onto the roof. Mange Alex, Siegfried, you can all move yourselves around.
Yeah, Siegfried will probably kind of join the Skaven and like searching and looting.
Alright. So Mange is going to try and lead Siegfried and Skit over to this green roof building next to the tree from earlier.
So you head on down that way.
Yeah,
Start
basically.
poking around in the rubble. And I'd like to
Mange,
join you.
after the previous encounter, Mange is going to be a little more subtle. And by that I mean he's not going to just go charging in this time. He's going to try and stealth.
You've heard of the horned rat. Now get ready for the learned rat.
So yeah, just so you don't like bog it down before just rolling. Let's say one of you in that group roll detection. You have it with advantage.
Alrighty.
Rowan, you
I'll
do
do
the same. No advantage because you're by yourself.
Alright.
with advantage, so I have to roll that again. I didn't do it right. Great success.
Wait, you want me to roll stealth or detection?
Detection.
You said detection.
Okay.
I did pretty good.
But there's only one of you in that group would need to roll it. So that we didn't do everybody roll it.
Well, either way, it's a great success.
Yeah, you guys are really good at rolling detection. As you guys are kind of peeking around, you can like don't see much in this room. It seems like burnt down, and it seems like somebody else has looted through here before. But through some of the windows, you see a TFL glow coming from around this statue of seemingly weird stone. And Rowan, as you're kind of peeking around, you look over. Look over and you see like several chunks of wood kind of like at the foot of the statue, almost like an offering. And then in front of it is what looks like a heart. And then on top of it, looks like not built into it, looks like somebody set the skull on top of it. Let me double check exactly what it looks like. Yeah, so yeah, it's this harp which looks like very nicely made, like proper mahogany wood. You can see like silver kind of lining there. It looks like a very nice harp. Looks intact as well, which is surprising. And then on top of it is this like bone white skull, but you can see like lines and decorations across it which seem to like glimmer a bit like there's some kind of metal in it. And then down in this like pit, you can see a slight green glow coming up, which you now associate with weird stone.
Okay. I had a question. Could I roll arcane lore to see if I would either know, like, if this is even a demon, or not like if
like a
it's
statue.
Yeah, like if I'd know what type or for what sort of creature it was, or like to who it was.
He knows everything because he rolled good arcane lore.
Yeah, with that, it doesn't seem to be of anybody in particular, but then it also looks like it doesn't look quite natural. Like the wings coming off the back don't look like they were carved, almost like they grew out of it, which isn't that weird for Mordheim. It looks like it was a normal statue, but it's been warped and changed by the weird shit going on. Yeah, it looks like it went from. It might have been like a thing of Sigmar or something, because this was an Empire city. That'd be like your guess, but it's been warped and changed by the general stuff.
I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, although with that, you do also know there are creatures that make themselves look identical to statues.
So, Rowan's thinking...
Whenever you see a statue, there's always that bit of spark in me, it's like, that could be a gargoyle.
So, these four are on the offering as well as whatever this is. Oh, this one's a pit.
There's several chunks of wood, as well as a harp in the skull, and then seems to be at least one down in the pit.
Okay.
Rowan is going to see all of the Wheatstone chunks. See, like, there's a window here. See the Wheatstone chunks on it, and then see like a bit of a skull and some of the silver off of the harp.
This seems too good to be true.
I just was kind of like imagining to like such a house.
Yeah, Mange just gotta search around. Detection?
So, yeah, you've already rolled. You got your great success. Yeah,
Right.
that's what you. There doesn't see anything of value in the house.
Alright, Mage is going to very slowly approach the giant pile of wordstone in the thing. And once he gets about, like, here, assuming nothing happens yet,
Yeah, so you saw roll a stealth. You kind of climbing over the window and trying to avoid stepping on any glass.
I rolled one earlier before you had me do detection. I got a success 13 out of 16.
Now the question is, was that an actual roll or was I fucking?
No, that was an actual. I wanted Mage to be stealthy here.
No,
'Cause I was
my
talking-
roll. Was that something you wanted perception, or did I just roll it? Yeah, so you can make a crunch over. And yeah. So there you see all these withstones. The statue hasn't attacked you or anything.
All right, Mange. Is there a rock nearby?
Yeah, there's plenty of there's not really a rock. There's bricks and broken glass and stuff.
All right, Mange takes a brick and chucks it next to the statue. He's not trying to hit it. He's trying to hit next to it.
Throwing it over here.
Well, sorry, this offering thing.
So you're throwing it over here.
Yeah, just on the ground next to it.
You just throw it out, kind of tumble across, breaking a bit. Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
Mange turns to Khorne and is motions for him to come up. Motions for Skit Scratch to come up to him.
Kind of looks at the window that you climbed through and is I'll have to go around.
Mange nods and just waits for him.
So I was heading around.
I was gonna still be watching from the roof.
Alexandria sticking to his side.
Yeah, because last time I didn't do that, I almost fucking died. And then the moment I got next to this guy, I was suddenly not dying.
So, Mange is going to... How long does it take for Khorne to get around?
Not long, 10 seconds. He's jogging around.
Alright.
He's gonna get his head around.
That was for me.
Yeah, pops his head around and say, so what are we doing to touch?
Mange is going to be prepare to smash anything that pops out. And then Mange will approach this and, as quickly as possible, try and grab all of the wordstone at once.
Alright, roll a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I don't think I have the skill specifically, so would it be Dex?
Yeah, if you don't have the skill that I say, it's just it's just
Success.
So you success by 6. Yeah, so you reach out and you grab one in each hand, shove it in your pocket, roll a 2d100 twice. See what happens. Okay, that it's fully possible.
Roll 2d100 twice.
Yes, because you're picking up 2.
This is a reminder. Take migraine medication.
Take your migraine medication. So that is, if there are any animals nearby, they are spooked and are running away. So there's probably a couple of rats that are running. Because 50 and 55 are the same thing. And then 44 and 25 is either you glow with an eerie light for d10 hours, or a cold and a natural wind that blows through the area. So Mange is still puffed, but do you want to also glow slightly?
Considering our earlier fucking prediction of a certain individual, we are not going to do the wind, we are going to do the glow.
Yeah, so you pick it up one, you just kind of you can feel the energy pulse through, and you're you shove it in your pocket. The other one, you pick it up, and as you pick it up, the glow from the wisdom kind of goes onto your hand, and your hand is now slightly glowing.
Kind of badass image, not gonna lie.
Do I have to roll for how long that lasts?
Yes.
So it's D10?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna glow for 6 hours. So the glow's gonna go away before it pops.
Poof and glowy.
Alrighty.
And then roll me a dex. You have advantage.
Dex with advantage. Acrobatics, you said, if I have it?
Yes.
I do. Great success 3.
As you're gonna pick it up and quickly shoving it and then going for another one, you see all of you notice it, like at about the same time the mage does, as a hand of the touch is gonna hit the ground like right next to where you were.
A what?
As she is now moving.
Alright. So, considering I was telling everyone to be prepared to swing at whatever pops out, we are not surprised, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
It doesn't get a surprise round. It could have gotten one hit on you if you'd failed that, because you were just grabbing stuff. But yeah, nobody is. You're all kind of looking at it like, that thing's gonna come to life.
Rowan's mentally saying, "Hold it."
It got a 2 on its thing. Oh god.
Alright, I
Alright,
rolled
so-
mine with advantage. I got a 20.
Rowan's just ready on the fucking roof nearby.
Just like, I knew it! I
What
Fucking knew it!
what is your deck? The number?
Oh, Alexandrian Scratch.
Yeah. Alex, what's your dex number?
My dex is. Let me see. My dex is 14.
Alright,
So-
and Skip Scratch have the same, so I'll say PCs go before. Go first, on Tice. Right. So Rowan, you're up there just waiting for it. You're just like, the statue's gonna fucking move, I know it.
I'm just imagining Rowan was on the roof already in like a sniper position with a crossbow with his
Yeah, you're just like
fucking
laying
track
down
on it.
aiming at the thing's
No.
head. It's gonna fucking move.
No, Rowan's like sitting on the edge of the roof, like kicking his legs, just like, I knew it! I fucking knew it! Watch, it's gonna be awesome, it's gonna come alive, it's gonna be like, awesome! And then he like pulls out his crossbow and be like, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do something. And then he realizes, it's made of stone. Say, I'm not gonna do anything with that. So he's gonna hook up his grapple hook and start to rappel on down. Try to do it sneakily, I suppose. Like, making sure not to grab its attention.
On your stealth, if you didn't get turn, I say you could drop down fairly safely enough.
Okay.
You drop down. And what's the stealth?
11 out of 18 stealth, cool.
Yeah. And oh, is that my whole turn?
Yeah, it's you're being sneaky and climbing down a wall.
Okay.
You could go down it quickly, but you would make noise and/or fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like taking your time so you don't like knock something off and give yourself away.
Right.
Alex?
I have a knife.
Yes.
That is it.
And a gun that no longer works.
Try and intimidate the statue.
I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm just kind of gonna. I don't even know. What do I do? I'm just
Oh,
kind
you
of
can
like.
throw the knife if you want.
You could throw the knife, or there are bricks.
Yeah, you can pick up a brick and throw it.
Yeah, I'll just take a brick and throw it at the thing.
Fight stone with stone.
Yeah. So just like roll your ranged attack, like use the pistol. It'd be the same roll.
Alright.
It's just not going to be that damage.
Let me see. Shaboom. Let's see what I got.
You pick up the brick, throw it, it just shatters on the thing's chest. Well,
Well,
you won't
I
get
tried.
anything much. Yeah, I was gonna say the brick just hits and it breaks. And then get scratch.
Mange is going to motion for
Well,
Skit
it's
Scratch
that.
not to come up with his stabbies. That won't pierce
Yeah.
through the stone.
And like sneaking around, and like looking at his knives, looking at the brick shadow, and it's like,
Mange sort of like motions throw. He's like pretending to throw a brick.
yeah, he's kind of like
Yeah?
sets his sword down, kind of looks around quickly, and like feels like he's gonna pull on it, and like breaks off
Once
like
our session is over,
a
we'll
slate off the
soon.
roof and like throws it. Yeah, again, same as always, throws it and it's hit. Actually, he was hidden, so he'd have it done. But yeah, same thing, he just throws it, just shatters on the thing's head. Yeah.
Mange, Alright, so Mange has an axe, a big old great axe, so with the weight of it, it might be able to do something, but it'd probably dull the blade.
Yeah, well, just the thing, this thing like isn't immune to attacks or anything. It just has a high AC.
Yeah.
And it does have a special thing.
Alright,
Yeah,
Mange...
Their skin is very tough and seems like stone, but you can pierce it. It's not actual stone.
Alright, Mange is not going to rage. He is going to save that for when he gets hit. As to avoid dying instantaneously. But in the meanwhile, he is going to swing a fucking axe at it. That's not going to hit.
No. You swing the axe, skitters across the side, some sparks fly out.
Alright, is it possible for me to flee as well? To run away from it?
Yeah, because you do not take the disengage action, it would get a smack at you.
So can I... So gain advantage on... I gain advantage on all tests related to fleeing. On any dexterity test to flee. So this wouldn't count,
yeah,
right?
that's more like actually like running away from the entire fight. Like if you like the group are running, then you get advantage on those stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like if the group ever runs away from the fight, you are very good at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, backing away from the fight doesn't take any roll to smack at you.
Alright. Okay. Then I am not going to back off. I am going to hold my ground and just sort of hiss like a cat at the fucking statue, and that's my turn.
Siegfried.
Siegfried is gonna once again use maneuvers to switch to charger, and he's gonna try to charge in and smack this thing. Hopefully knocking it prone, but let's see.
So you can like, do funky stuff to get the charge in. Yeah, I'd say for this thing, since it is larger than you, it would have advantage on the save.
Try it anyway!
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do this.
And it does have a fair amount of... But strangely, I think Conk is strong. Yes. Conk
They have to zigzag that much? Shit.
Yeah, I'd say you could do a charge. You'd have to do some funky running around, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
But you can kind of like back up a bit and then run.
So quick question. What is its like base of area? Is it only like
It is...
Is it like this 3x3?
Yeah, it's this size.
Alright.
That's a huge.
I just had it at an angle. I just had
And
it
a huge bitch!
Hold on.
It's
Can I
like
give
a
him
good like 12 foot
inspiration?
tall. Remember, you
Give
that
him
after-
inspiration if he doesn't hit.
Yeah, you give it after the roll, but like, yeah, it's in after his turn, so you can't give it. Yeah, you can give it to Siegfried if he misses it.
Alright, so
Alright.
assuming it would actually make him hit. Maybe.
Yeah. Because you don't get to know its AC, but you can like, okay, you have the +3 to see if that hits.
Okay.
You don't to.
Does it hit?
Yes, a 21 hits. If a 21 misses, then you should run.
Rolling that
Yeah.
looks.
Siegfried runs and just like slashes this blade across its stomach. Because you hear like this horrible grinding, like sparks fly out. But as he like pulls it away, you see this like gouge in it. You see this gouge across it.
Trying his best somehow to shove this thing.
And then it needs to make a luck strength, right?
Yep.
With advantage.
Yeah, it succeeds. But
Oh,
you did take
God.
down one of its lucks.
Yay.
Alright. So it would be Kark's turn now. Mange is just like, big thing, smash!
He's gonna run and do a charge as well. He does not have any fancy charger thing, but he's just like... "Wah!" Actually, can he charge? Is he far enough away? No, you need to be at least 40 feet charge. He's just running in and hitting.
You could back up like a step and then charge in.
Yeah, but Comic's not ready for fancy maneuvering. Well, he rolls an 11, so he runs in and hits it, and you see like the end of the anvil's kind of like flash into it.
Alright, so he doesn't hit.
Well, he hits it, just doesn't seem to be hurt.
Well, he doesn't wound it.
Yeah. He doesn't beat its AC.
Alright.
And then its turn. No, Siegfried actually hurt it. So it is going to. Yeah, so it's kind of brings up these arms. You can see like these like long claws grow out of what were once just normal hands. Slashes across at you. One is a 7, the other one is a 20. That was a 20 total, not that.
Yeah, the latter hits, and I better.
That is 3 damage from that one. It kind of slashes once, it scrapes across the arm, and then it gives a slight cut across. When its big jaws open, it goes to clamp down onto you. That is a 13. He goes to bite down on that, and you quickly like duck out of the way so it doesn't get a bite on you. And then as you're ducking out of the way, it like swings its head to try and hit you with one of the horns on its head. And a 19. And that is 4.
So 7
So
damage.
I got 3
total.
damage and 4 damage.
Yes, you took 7 damage in total. It's just like slashing at you with all of these things. Claws, bite, hitting you with the horn. And there's 2 claws, a bite, and a gore attack. And rolled absolute ass.
Count your
Rowan.
blessings.
It has no idea you're there. And he's monster.
Yeah, you guys got this right. Ron's gonna go ahead and try and do a. I'm guessing if he even did a mad dash, like around here.
Yeah, if you want to remain stealthy, you have to move at half. So if a dash, you can move 30 feet. You can like have him like pick your way around.
Don't you have fucking like any magical things that could hurt this? Where's your fucking slapping your hands together, you bitch?
Yeah, but guess what? I come up to here and say, "Behold, bitch!" It's gonna turn around and eat me because I have 13 health, Mister.
Pull your
I'm not
fucking weight, whore.
No, you. Ron's gonna go ahead and sneak down to here.
I'm already trying to, you bitch.
Yeah, so you're kind of coming around to there, and you see this pit is fairly deep. Like around where that is, it's probably about 20 foot down. Although it is like very craggy, so it wouldn't be that hard of a climb.
Okay.
Yeah, you're kind of looking at it like, and looking at like whole gargoyle. And it's like, just like, this is not the typical gargoyle. Most of them are about man-sized. They're at the size of most gargoyles that you see. This one is fucking huge. Like,
That's
you've not
huge,
heard a statue this size of a gargoyle. It's clearly some Mordheim fuckery.
Of course.
Fuck that.
Alex, throw another brick.
No, actually, I'm going to come in over here because I believe I have enough movement, and I'm going to use Cure Light Wounds on Siegfried.
You only have 30 foot of movement.
Oh, 30?
Yeah, so you can get to there.
You could get to me. But
Yeah,
Sorry,
you don't
I
have
slapped your
health
tits.
gone.
I have 3
But-
health gone, but it's not worth it.
Yeah,
No,
he
it's
has
not.
3 health gone and can take half damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can dash to get behind him.
You would use your whole turn to get the 2 extra tiles,
Yeah.
basically.
All right, I'm just gonna go over here, and I'm just gonna throw another rock again.
He's gonna run over, grab a rock off the ground as you're going and throw it at it.
All right, let's roll
Although
this.
it is in melee, so if you miss, actually no, this thing is big enough that I'm gonna
Hit AC
disallow that.
19.
And yeah, so you pick up this brick and you throw it, and this is an improvised weapon, so it does D2 plus your dex. Actually, yeah. So roll a D2 plus your strength mod, plus your dex mod. Right. So strength or dex.
Where's the okay, hold on.
Yeah, you need to slash R
/R space 1d2.
plus whatever your strength mod is. Dex mod. So yeah, D2 plus 1.
So his deck
So
isn't
there's
the up.
3 damage.
Yeah, it's 4
3 damage.
Yeah, so you throw this rock and it kind of clunks into the head. You see, like, it hits and it's chips of rock. And when it kind of, when the rock bounces, you see a tiny little chip out of its head. This kind of does not really seem overly bothered, but definitely did something. It skipped. Definitely is not going to be coming to join you in melee. Just have throwing knives, but there's plenty of bricks. You just stick throwing those. Nope. Throwing it is bouncing off.
Yep.
Main.
All right. Slashing at Big Thing again.
You guys are getting a +1 to hit it because you do outnumber it.
All right. So
defend.
I'll just add the +1 to the axe here temporarily. 17.
That hits as you bring it the axe and get a hitting a chip a good chunk out of it.
All right. So that would be, it already rolled damage, so 5.
Yeah, you chip and take a bit of a chunk out of its hand.
And then Mange sort of just takes the opportunity to say, "Ha! You're a bitch!" Basically, he's trying to like rile it up to attack him instead.
Yeah. Right, Siegfried.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. But Siegfried's gonna.
And guys,
I
do
have
remember
one
you have
question about
exploits.
maneuvers.
Yeah,
So-
you have maneuvers and stuff, so you can try and do some more funky stuff than just I hit it.
Yeah, so with
ahead.
maneuvers, when it says I can use it more than 1 times in one combat, does that mean expending more than 1 uses of it? Because it's how many you have of level.
Is this for your like stances?
Yeah.
No, that occurs me get back on a long rest.
Alright.
Yeah, that stance. You get as many uses as your level, and you pick them during level ups. So if you haven't picked
Okay.
it again, you're stuck with Charger.
Okay. So I'm just gonna make a basic attack.
All right.
Or actually,
And you guys just since this is kind of a funky system that nothing else has, so like an example of a mage exploit you could do here would be like to try and like cut off an arm or cut off its horns, like limit the amount of attacks it gets.
ooh, yeah, I want to do that. I'll try to cut off one of its horns.
Just,
and then less.
to reduce its AC. It's like anything you can kind of think to do that isn't just say I do more damage. You can attempt with a mage exploit, although it does use a lot.
There you are.
Yeah, fuck it. He'll try to cut off a horn because that's what hit him last.
Yeah, and exploits are once you hit and do damage, then you can choose to be. Hey, I'm gonna do this.
All right.
That would not hit.
Fuck.
And that's Alex. Do you wanna see if you're plus 3, right?
Yep, go ahead.
Give that to him.
All right, so that'll make it a
So
16.
what does Alex do to inspire him?
That's
You
16
got it,
altogether?
big dick.
So 16 exactly hits.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cut off one of them horns.
Attempt to cut off one of its arms. Yeah,
One of its
roll a luck-
horns.
Horns.
Horns, okay. Yeah, roll a luck check. He's gonna like take an opportunity where it's gonna like leaned down, so it's gonna like as it's like swinging its head at you, you know, swinging the sword, and you just like, the horns just come off
Nice.
in a mighty swing. Yeah, it can no longer do its gore attack.
Nice.
Mange to Khorne is just like, no arm!
Konk is going to take a big old swing with his hammer and get a natural 2. And it is just barely off being staggered. It's when you go below half, it is at exactly half. So its turn. It is quite mad that Siegfried just cut off its horns, despite the fact that Mange is yelling at him. It is going to keep going for Siegfried. That is an 18 on the first claw. Ooh, 21 on the second claw.
Ow.
So that is from the claws. That is 4 sets 10 damage from the claws.
Ow.
coming as man just rakes across your chest, like taking deep gouges out of the arm, and the red kind of like oozing out through the armor.
Yeah, he's definitely staggered now.
Yeah, then it raises up and goes to take a big bite out of your head. Like it opens its mouth and like your head could fit into its mouth. Like there doesn't be anywhere. It doesn't have to go anywhere after that. It doesn't have like a throat, but your head could fit in there. Let's take a big bite.
I'm getting traumatic flashbacks to the animatronics at the Fright Fest at Six Flags near where I live.
That is
like
16.
That just hits, yeah.
Minimum damage. That's 3 damage. It rears down with this big bite. You can basically dives back out of it, kind of rolling and hitting your head on the ground a bit. Desperately try to avoid just getting your head bitten off.
And it can't gore, right?
And it can't attempt to. It kind of brings its head down to like sweep you with the horns, realizing that horns aren't there. And as hard as it is for like a stone to show expression, it looks angry. Its face doesn't change, but you can like feel the anger coming off of this thing.
I try to weakly lift my middle finger on one side of the hill.
On the floor, you can like fuck you, like try and quickly stand back up.
It's Rowan's turn. You skipped him by accident.
Who did I skip? Oh, sorry.
Skip me.
Yeah.
Alright.
Everyone?
Run.
Yeah, they got it.
Well, actually, he's gonna go ahead and it's just like, alright. They're doing something. So, Rowan is gonna go ahead and do a surprise shot with his light crossbow. So he gets advantage on it since he's still sneaking.
Yeah, he's kind of there, like, looking at the back, and you can see, like, although it seems to be made of stone, it is a living creature. So it's like, as you know, like, you can see, like, it's not full stone, it's like plates and stuff, and you can, like, take a moment and, like, kind of try and aim to shoot into one of the plate.
Yeah.
With, like, flavor as to how you get advantage to hit this thing.
And he's trying to hit me. Yeah.
Somebody volters a doozy.
21. Alright.
Alright, so yeah, you take a second to aim and fire it, and it sticks into the back.
Would it be possible to do a major exploit with a light crossbow?
So what kind of exploit are you trying?
Flavor
I was
it.
possibly going to go. I was possibly thinking about shooting it in the back of the head or one of its limbs to go ahead and either give it disadvantage on its next attack or possibly disable it. Maybe like put a bolt right through the back of its head and come out its mouth so that way it can't bite.
So yeah, like a temporary, like give it a disadvantage on its next turn would be a minor exploit, because that'd be like temporarily blinding it. Yeah, that would be an opposed. I think you'd want to do a dex check rather than a strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, dex makes a lot more sense here. Yeah, roll a dex. You succeed by 7. It succeeds by 1.
Yes.
You can like you take a second, aim for the back of it, and fire it in there. Just it's kind of like rearing up to your front of the bite. You hit it in the back of the head, and it kind of, it's like more stunned than her, but it kind of puts it off for a second. You're like, what the fuck happened?
Rowan's just like, no! And he begins running down here.
Like, yeah! And quickly run. Alec?
Alright, so I'm going to go over here behind Siegfried and I'm going to use Cure Light Wounds, I believe it was?
Yeah, they heal.
Cure Light Wounds, yes.
So you go up, and as he's doing that, what does Alexandria's Cure Light Wounds look like?
She sucks his...
That's what that does.
That would be more than an act.
2d4.
Yeah, so how does Alexandria cast the spell? What does she do?
Kind of just touches his... Hold on 1 minute.
Go on! Please continue.
We know it's going to be something, Lou. Just skip it.
Touches his hand.
She holds his hand tenderly
Oh
for a
shit.
moment.
That's so fucking lewd. How dare you? You're gonna get me banned.
Alright, so basically I would just kind of just touch his... kind of just put a hand on his shoulder as I used Cure Wounds. And it's, let's see, it's 2d4.
Yeah, so like as Rowan is like getting to his feet from that, you feel this like gentle like tap on your shoulder, and you feel this like this like warmth feeling, like a loving embrace from your mother or something, as the power of Sunesh heals your wounds.
Those
And-
two things don't sound like they go together, but maybe they do in Slesh's world.
But yeah, that's
Three,
5 hit points you get back.
Yep, and then roll DDM.
Roll.
You just click the Dark and Dangerous Magic roll. Click that
Oh.
button. Right, you're good. Bump up the threshold to 2. And that does not go down until it is triggered or the game ends, essentially.
So if we just
Yeah,
You-
Dark and Dangerous Magic
It's
just keeps building up until it gets triggered. Yeah, Siegfried, you can heal 5 hits. Give you this nice calming embrace and like a tender, like a nice gentle tending to your wounds. Very soft, gentle healing. Yeah, to skip is he's gonna throw another brick at it. Nope.
Alright.
He's like waiting to hear the slates from the roof being thrown and hit and just.
Oh yeah, is it
shattered.
less than half HP and staggered now?
Okay, it is staggered.
Karnak would have gotten a free hit.
Karnak will get a free smack on it. Yeah, like as like as it's like kind of like roaring and just kind of like opening his mouth and this like kind of like nails on a chalkboard scream comes out of it and the bolt hitting it in the back of the head. from
Mage can screech worse!
It's like I would make the noise, but I physically can't. Yeah, you can like the screech of nails on a chalkboard, but like 10 times that volume. You're like wincing with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that. Yeah, that, but jacked up to 20. Now he's doing that conk, he's gonna swing with his hammer.
I can't do that properly.
With a 14, so he's gonna hits it and bounces off.
Alright.
So that was get mange.
Mange spins around and tries to slash his axe at it again. But before he does so, he is going to pop his ferocious rage. So get a +2. So it's going to be a +3 to hit, a +2 to damage because of the outnumbering it, right?
Yep.
Alright, so AC 22 and that much damage.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm going to try and exploit it. Mange is going to try and cut off its lower jaw.
Huh?
That can no
is. Yeah,
longer
I
bite
just kind
me.
of screeching at that, you like jump up and hit it in the jaw.
Yeah.
Roll it.
What is it again?
Just a luck jet.
Nope.
Yeah, so you go up and you
Can
hit
I
it in the-
re-roll luck checks?
Yes, you can. Reroll this for looks or abilities.
I did.
Yeah, so he just jumps up and hits it in the jaw, and for a second it seems like he just bounced off. He kind of dropped down like a bit disappointed, and then you get like a crunch and a bit of like stone dust falls out as the door kind of like swings, so it's like hanging just connected on one side.
Ah, so he's dislocated his jaw.
Yeah, you kind of you kind of broke it off of one side, so it's just kind of hanging, just
Nice.
flopping around. Can't really bite with any. And then to drop your luck down to 9 now.
Alrighty.
6.
Alright, is this thing on
Oh,
low HP? Because I'm gonna need to be getting going pretty soon.
Yeah, it's at like a third HP, or quarter HP.
Yeah.
If you need to go, just flavor it as Alexandria backs the fuck out and goes back home.
Yeah. It'd be reasonable here, and like there's enough people that it wouldn't be able to chase. Yeah, we can just say Alexandria goes, because frankly, I don't really think Alexandria is going to make much of a difference now that she's out of spells.
It'd be really wiser, considering, depending on what action you can take here, it might be wiser to back out too.
Throw one more brick and leave.
Yeah, it's like your gun's broken, you're out of inspiration. It's like, fuck
Can't
this.
heal anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, Siegfried.
Yeah, so I have
Okay,
two
so can I
questions.
kind of do that now? Just kind of
Yeah.
like, I just kind of pat Siegfried on the shoulder. I'm out of spells,
Yeah.
and I'm out of ammo.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
can-
get out of here. I'll
You
see
give me
you
a quick
back.
pat and you're like, oh, later. Alexandria.
If you're still alive, we'll you know later.
Alexander just was there. I'm ahead out.
Alright, I'm
Alright.
head out.
See you guys.
Yeah. See ya.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Have fun doing whatever it is.
He has his graduation ceremony.
Yeah. As Alexandria goes off to graduate, you stand back up with the healing magic.
I think she's graduated long ago.
You don't know what. She's graduated from Harvard. No, she isn't. She has 9.
I'm talking about something a little bit more personal.
Yeah, she has 9 intelligence. She never went to an actual school.
God damn.
It's Warhammer.
People flunk the actual school.
Yeah, it's
No, I
Warhammer.
wasn't-
Unless you're an engineer, you have not been to school.
The joke was that it was not
I know.
about a school. It wasn't a school.
Yeah,
But
I
that wasn't the joke.
Agreed with that.
So I have 2 questions. So now he's down to just the claws.
Yeah, the horns are gone and the jaw's kind of just hanging there.
Okay, the other question is there an equivalent to D&D's like disengage action?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can just-
it is exactly the disengage action. Use your action, they can't hit you if you are.
Siegfried's gonna make a tactical retreat into the building to get his crossbow out.
Right, so yeah, disengaging and moving up into the building.
Yeah.
Rolled off with that kind of get to your feet and like,
Just
fuck
fucking
this.
just fucking tactical, like, goddamn runs backwards, ducks into the building through the window, and just a fucking fancy roll at the end. Pulls out his crossbow.
Yeah,
I
he
know
was
it's
just gonna...
less dignified from a mercenary who just got his ass kicked. It's more of a mad scramble and diving over the window.
Yeah, it's...
Landing
See, that was the
heavily,
difference the healing made. He got to keep his composure.
like landing heavily in glass shards, but thankfully you have armor on, so he's gonna brush it off and stand up and getting at your crossbow. Kark is gonna roll ass. You got a 13, but not enough. And this turn of mage just broke its jaw, so it is quite pissed at you.
But I have
But-
popped my fucking rage, so it's going to do half damage, whatever it manages to hit.
If it thought it could outrun you. This thing has a 20-foot move speed. It knows it can't outrun you. It's just like, kill him. Well, that would have been an 18, but instead it was a 6. So, nah.
Yeah, that doesn't
actually,
hit.
it's kind of like jarred a bit. It's not moving as quickly as it was. You dive out of the way in the first one. And then the second one is a 13.
Does not hit. Mange is just bobbing and weaving, just sort of like holding his hands like Rocky Balboa, just like, "Kill me, motherfucker!"
Yeah, you can see like moving like a lot more jerkily than before. There's like bits of like stone dust like falling off of its arms, like struggling to stay intact.
Yep.
Rowan.
Run, like, looking at his empty crossbow bolt, looking at the fight. He's just like, you got it. And he begins
At least
taking out
fucking
his,
reload your crossbow.
well, I can do that and sit here and do nothing, or I could go ahead and pick up this lovely warpstone down here.
I mean, you could do both.
Yeah, I'll start prepping my grapple. Start climbing down.
Yeah, I guess you can like tying it around a rock. And then get yourself abseil.
Find a rock
Just
that's
give him a
sturdy
cheer.
enough.
Go, guys, go!
Yeah, roll an athletic. Just strength or dex if you have it. If you don't have it.
Would acrobatics work?
Not really. More like endurance.
Oh, there you go. Well, Zach is having like pots and pans thrown around in the background there.
Yeah, so when you like tie it up, they make sure it's a nice tight thing, and you start like nervously lowering yourself down. But you get to the moment where like, okay, gotta trust the rope not to break. You sort of like step down. As my like, woo! Okay, you just have to lean back and trust the equipment. Let's get broken with a rope. Misses. Main.
Mange,
high AC. He's all like 15 every time. He's all like a 14, a 15, a 13. Just shattering on
if
its head.
only we had a fucking Inspire. for him.
Well, she
Oh,
already
well.
used it.
I know. That's why I'm saying, if only.
Well, it'll be like 1 or 2 damage.
Rowan just yells from the hole, "You can do it!"
How did you do it? I'ma go in the hole.
Yeah.
Take it!
Alrighty. We are going to swing the axe again! 23 with 9 damage! And that already does include the +2, so.
I mean, take a big chip out of the arm. You can see the arm like takes that big chip and you can almost crumbling with the arm, so we need to stay attached. This thing is holding on barely. Siegfried. Unless you want to move or anything.
Siegfried launches a crossbow at it.
Roll it.
Okay.
How does Siegfried finish it off?
Okay.
Yeah,
It had
it opens. Maybe it just opens its like disjointed mouth like one last time,
His mouth is just open.
and it just
Broke it open.
bolt goes straight right into it, and somehow it just kind of like clangs in there, and the whole thing just kind of
It's like
pounding up.
one other like slam down on mange, and you kind of like scramble up, get the crossbow, take a second, and fire, and the bolt kind of hits into the mouth, and you're kind of expecting it. You're kind of expecting it to go and then hit and like shatter against it and nothing. But surprisingly, it plunges straight in. Like, you're pretty sure you can see like the tip of it coming out the top, but that might just be a bit of the stone. It's hard to say. That goes in and kind of like staggers for a step, like it's not really sure what happened.
All right.
And like you see like, the light, like the red light that had come on and that had come out of the eyes of the face, it collapses. And Mange and Conk, give me an acrobatics.
Alrighty.
Conk succeeds. Damn.
Damn.
Actually,
Before I fail? Nope. Great success.
I was gonna say actually this would be a luck dex. Not
Oh,
just that,
luck
but
deck.
yeah, you still succeed.
Good, because if I had rolled that, I would have failed.
I was gonna let you keep the roll. Yeah, it just like collapses and like all the parts of it start falling apart. Like there's an arm that lands right next to you, like the head comes falling down about to land. You could dive out of the way.
Alrighty.
Can't take the step back, like hits one of the like hits a wing out of the air. It kind of
Siegfried's just staring at his crossbow in disbelief.
So you guys got pretty lucky. You got all your shit rolled out of the way in the last fight. Is a natural 1 or 2 to hit a gargoyle destroys your weapon unless you make a luck save.
Mange is going to see if any of the remains of said creature. It's like an ear.
Yeah, you go looking through and you find like there's an ear along with a decent chunk of the skull. It's pretty heavy, but you're strong.
Mange very, very precisely cuts off the ear, and then throws it at Siegfried.
And like, chipping at it with like whatever like, something pointy that you have.
Should I roll to see if he catches it or just gets beamed in the face?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can roll it.
Actually.
Well, Rowan's just climbing down the hole.
Yeah, and you can roll a range attack. You're actually trying to hit him with it.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to toss it to him, but Mange is probably going to accidentally.
Alright, so Siegfried just roll a dex. Acrobatics if you have it. So, yeah,
Catches
you
it
throw
in midair.
Reaches up and catches it before it hits him in the face.
You earned it!
It's not like a... Wait, what was that?
You earned it!
Grabs it, kind of like just fist bumps in the air.
But meanwhile, Mange is not going to move like that. He is going to move straight into the birdstone that he hasn't picked up yet and grab them both.
Well, you are 2d100 twice.
Alright.
So I can't wait until somebody gets to the second table.
I think that just happened.
Nope. Right, so 53 on 90. Either animals get spooked or you take a willpower damage for the first one.
The animals again.
And 33, your hair stands on end, or you take d4 damage.
The hair is already standing on end, so I'm adding a
So, yeah, so it will increase the duration.
Alright, so
Your hair becomes porcupine quills.
now my hair is going to be on end for 16 hours, almost a full day.
Means it's very poofy for a long ass time.
It's still glowing. Ainge is going to shove all the word stone into pockets.
Yeah, and you see this, the things that are left is this large heart with a few things landed on it, but it seems to be mostly intact. Nothing like collapsed onto it. It mostly collapsed around, and the skull that has kind of fallen off.
Is the harp shiny?
It was. It's kind of covered in dust now.
So Mange is going to rub off the dust. Does he immediately notice that it's shiny?
Yeah, you rub it off, and it seems like freshly polished. There is lines going through it, like etchings of what looks like silver in it.
Mange will attempt to pick up the entire harp.
What is your strength?
My strength is 17.
Yeah, so you're gonna heft it and you pick it up, and it's heavy and it takes two hands, but yeah, you can heft it.
Mange hugs the harp. Mine!
Kind of looks down and picks up this skull, which is about human size, but pretty much fits in his palm, pretty much. So he kind of picks it up and is looking at it.
Mange turns to Arkin was good fight?
Ugh. Ain't fought one of those in a while. No one that big either.
Miles at him.
Yeah, you look like you got a beard. And an afro.
Still climbing.
I'm a giant glowing entire body beard.
Just it's like a glowing hedgehog currently.
Spooky rat.
Mange, now that he has something too big for him to carry in a bag, is going to start heading back to the mansion without on anybody.
He's gonna heft it and start waddling back to the mansion with it.
Yell at help me!
Yeah, get a scramble over and try to help, but he is not very strong. Yeah, he has a strength of 8. He's more of a hindrance. He's kind of more in the way than actually helping. Yeah, he's trying.
Mange still, for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of like you take it at each end and you're holding basically the entire weight on your end. He's just it's just more awkward because of the leverage. As you guys start taking it on out.
Hut!
Still trying to get this weird stone, by the way.
Yeah, throw in the... Yeah, you've rolled a great success on your thing before, right?
I rolled a...
On the dexterity, yes. 7 out of 15. No, we got a great success. 7 out of 15. Oh, that's 6.
Yeah, so roll
normal
a...
dexterity got
Yeah.
12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
12.
roll me another dex.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you abseil down to the bottom, see the weights down there, and you pick it up.
Yeah.
Roll D100.
56.
56. Animals nearby get spooked.
All these
any-
animals are so fucking bad at us.
Yeah, but any animals that were near to here are fucking gone. You got that 4 times.
Any fucking rats inside of these houses that are just scrounging around? Do we see any of the rats coming out and just scurrying away?
The thing of that is you pick it up and you see animals that you hadn't really noticed before. Several centipedes, ants and that start fucking legging it to the other side of the that around you, not really noticed, that climbing out of the wall and going to the other side of the crevice. fleeing from you.
Just a heads up to everyone in chat. Yeah, Twitch is having some issues. I posted a Twitch support thing in the chat earlier.
Besides the bookstone,
It is acting up weirdly,
maybe some
so it's not
misadventure
unknown.
previously pissed off this gargoyle.
Siegfried is watching this and is just gonna be like, hey, need any help hauling things up?
There's only one shiny thing down here, but
Shiny!
I'm looking.
You just hear that off in the dip.
Drops the harp and comes running back.
No.
Jumps down the hole.
It's like, yeah! You get pulled to the floor.
Yeah, Main just like fucking drops the harp and leaves it with Skit Scratch, who's just struggling to runs. Oh no, he's gonna keep going this with the harp.
Yeah, Rowan doesn't see anything and sit down here. Just like, just an empty hole.
Around, yeah, there's a whole bunch of creepy crawlies that are piling into corners as far away from you as they can get. But then, like, it's pretty dark. You can't really see much.
Yeah.
Like, hold up the weird stone to get a bit of glow.
Yeah. Help me go ahead and run these neighboring buildings, but besides that, what happened up there, by the way? I heard the shattering of the gargoyle.
Oh,
He's yelling. Idiot.
gargoyle attacked. We fought it. Took what parts of us it could. We took what parts of it we could. And eventually it died.
Alright. Here, I'll come on up then.
Yeah.
Everyone will come up.
Yeah, so it's the great success from before, yeah. You have to put it in your pocket and you can climb back on up.
It's just
Yeah,
like-
Still have the turn order up, by the way.
Oh, sorry. So as he's climbing up, can't, like, just like, hey. So he like, throws the skull to you.
I'll, do you want me to roll next to catch it?
No, he's throwing it to Siegfried.
Oh.
He's like, throwing it gentle enough that, yeah, he's throwing like gentle enough that you're not gonna fumble it or anything. Fairly light throw.
Siegfried
Still
would,
roll anyway, somehow fuck it up.
But you can roll for it if you want, but you can choose the fumble thing.
I'm gonna say no because I don't want this falling in the pit.
It seems like you catch it, and it's like this is a. It looks like a human skull. It's like bleached white. But you can see like all of these patterns and like decorations, like somebody did some like Picasso style like fancy drawings on it, but it seems like the lines are done in platinum. There's like platinum lines all going through it. It looks very valuable. It looks quite beautiful.
He'll nod his thanks and
It's more for me. Gotcha.
yeah, he'll nod his thanks, take a little look, and pack it up.
Shall we call it here and head back, or do we want to loot more buildings?
Do you three want to keep looting without names? Or do you want to get to come back?
I think we could go ahead and check this building and possibly this building, but besides that, yeah. Or if we accidentally come across any more encounters, we could do the chase. Panic.
Yeah, do you guys want to have a look around in the nearby buildings?
Yeah. What do you think?
Roll
Might as well.
Yeah, you can roll a detection. Perception with advantage.
Actually, be able to keep Chinese without main. Have them for health.
Yeah, Conquer
Probably-
hang out and provide security because you can't really fit into human buildings.
Damn, yeah.
Oh,
wait, was that with the advantage? Roll that again.
Hold up. Roll event from. Five of them. Might be all of us.
You don't really like combat stealth. No, it's about to have like a number of rounds.
We spent it. All axers. You use them. Like 10 minutes. No.
Should we keep it if we do?
A round is 6 seconds.
Marius, I'm just going to fucking that one, because this is not a circuit.
Yeah, neutral should be like more specified as like combat specific or something. Yeah, they are really only for combat stuff. Yeah.
I'll refund you afterwards.
Roll it again. Roll it again, Ken.
Roll again?
Yeah, because you had advantage.
Yeah, Rowan's helping.
3 out of 15 is still damn good.
Nice, a 3 and a 4. That's where your luck went. As you guys are kind of looting around, you look out and you look down and see a bunch of stuff in a fountain. Along with, you can see this. So the fountain itself looks pretty normal, but you also see this like weird, like yellow mold growing all over it. It looks quite gross, but again, not really out of the ordinary. More time, and you can also see the like soft green glow of waterstone from within the water, as well as you can see kind of like floating upside down. There is this like bowl, and you can see down on the bottom of it, kind of plopped on the bottom, is this glass bottle.
Alright. I have an idea. First off, wait, are we also taking a short rest here?
Yeah, you guys can do a short rest before you go looting if you want.
I don't need one, but I'm asking Siegfried unless he wants me to heal him.
And you can get back spells from it if you want.
I already did, so.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have, like,
Oh yeah, you didn't use any spells that fight.
Yeah, if you want to heal, otherwise you can try to rest it off.
I mean, you could do
I'd
both.
say rest it off so that way I could have 3 spell slots in case we do encounter something.
Yeah. This would really
Fair.
get your 2 will rolls.
So I'm basically not involved anymore, so these guys are going to keep.
You did get a great success, so you would also see. Seems like there is a couple weird stone over in this building.
Okay.
Alright, so the willpowers, I got a failure and a great success.
1 success, 1 failure. You do also have 4 additional rolls, which you can spend on any of your rests. So you could take a couple of those if you wanted to get an
How long
extra
does it
success.
take for the addition?
The rests reset every day. No, a long rest is D4 days or D6 days.
Alright.
6 days is D4 if you're like in a town.
Okay.
Yeah, so long rest is a long rest. Yeah, short
Alright.
rest is 3 per day.
Rowan is gonna go ahead and okay, so you said that the fountain was filled with this mold, correct?
It's not really filled, it's kind of growing in various places. Like, kind of like you kind of draw it on. Like growing along here, there's a bunch on there. Like growing over in patches, a bit floating in the water, and like all scattered around in various places.
Wait, sorry, I can't really see what you're drawing. If you
Oh,
are
sorry, I drew it on the GM layer.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, also Siegfried, are you healing, by the way? You're still pretty fucked up.
Yeah, so you succeeded once.
Yeah, he is. I was just doing the math.
Half of the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, half of what you've lost was your con mod. And if
So
you
heal
want,
up to 7 then. Or, well, my 7 plus.
lost 15, so that would be 7. Plus your con mod, which is 4, so you'd heal 11.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 22 when you're no longer staggered.
Alright.
Do you want to use one of your extra rest checks to try and get back your adaptability?
It sounds good.
You get 4 of those.
I think we should try and bang this out of the way then. With the mold.
Let's do it.
But actually, as you see it, you have arcane law, right?
Yep. Should I roll it?
Yeah, roll an arcane law.
6 great success. 6
With
out
that,
of
like,
30.
as you look at it, like, you've not really had it growing in patches. This might be a bunch of little ones, but you have definitely heard of something called a yellow mold, which is like in the family of like all the slimes and all of those kind of guys. But it's like it's doesn't move, but it can shoot out very dangerous spores when it notices prey.
Do I know that the spores need to be intoxicated, or
It's inhaled. So like,
inhaled?
something to like cover your face, or just holding your breath would help.
Okay. I would go ahead and relay that information to Karnak and Siegfried.
Yeah, you'd all have like spare clothes, and that's one you could like wrap something around your face.
And I'm also wearing a mask, so
yeah.
Yeah, I'll wrap my face in either an extra piece of clothing or if there's like a tablecloth or something nearby, but not necessarily in the
Find like a
vicinity.
fairly moth-bitten tablecloth to kind of like fold up and wrap around your face.
All right, but not in like the vicinity of the mold itself.
Yeah, it's like on the table in here.
Okay.
okay. So Rowan's gonna try and get. Can Karnak go through this alleyway right here?
Yeah, he can sweep.
Okay.
Yeah. Corner's like just about big enough for him to go through. It's gonna like pull in his shoulders.
All right. So the situation here is that we got some mold that's going to go ahead and try and shoot some spores into our mouths. It's quite deadly. But I see a couple of good little shinies inside of there, which might be worth our while. And also, it might be a
You
good
all
fight
starting to
with
call
Karnak.
them shinies too.
Look at that. Do I have fight slime or mold or whatever? Sure, I'll give it a go.
All right. Just be sure to cover up your mouth and do your best. I'll try and.
He just, like, takes the like wrap around his head and just like pulls it down because he does actually have like an eye patch which needs to be like bolted into like the like bone around his eye, which was probably fucking painful. Yeah, he kind of pulls that down to cover his face.
But he's also an
You're-
ogre, so it doesn't get...
You're quarantining it up.
All right. Let's go take care of Mold 19. With that, Ron's gonna step on out, and he's gonna actually try and take a shot at the front mold here, or the mold here, to see if it reacts anyway. Here.
I would say since it's a stationary bit of mold, and like he's going to take a second, yeah, you wouldn't have to roll a hit.
All right.
I did roll the
9
damage.
Damage then. Just a.
So you're gonna bring up and you fire that, and you see like it sticks in, and you see like the mold kind of quivers. Oh wait, actually I forgot it. It is harder to hurt with single target, so it is resistant. So it takes 4. And initiative.
All right then.
As it is all kind of spread out, I'm just lumping it all into one thing for the sake of token.
Oh, I am completely uninvolved in all of this.
You can control
Why
calm.
did you leave early, man?
You can control calm.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, you do have access to his sheet. I don't know how to. Oh yeah,
Can they move? Can we just like pelt them with ranged attacks? Bled.
no, I was just looking because its dex is dashed, so it doesn't have a dex because it can't move. So I was just like for initiative. So what do I take off of that? So I just say take off 5. Then the
Shall I roll initiative for?
Yep.
What would it be?
D20
Just
minus
X-
1. Yeah, D20 minus 1.
5.
Yeah, Siegfried. This bolt goes in. You can see like the mold starts like moving around and like bits are coming out to the front.
Siegfried's gonna play it safe and launch a crossbow bolt at the nearest one, which I guess is this one.
Yeah, roll the hit. At a very low AC because it cannot move.
Fumble.
How to flavor the fumble here? Yeah, you're not really in the right position to shoot somebody. Oh, although you know what? There is something that is fairly fragile that is inside of the that is inside the pool.
Oh.
Yeah, when you fire that and you're gonna aim it like a bit too high, you're like accounting for the distance that got it slightly off and it goes into the water.
Well, shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't hear anything shatter or anything. You would see it go into the water at seed.
I hope to God whatever thing you broke doesn't affect the mold.
That's a good point. Let me see.
Oh shit! Why did you give them the idea?
The mold was become bold.
Because it's
Unfortunately, this could not affect it. It was a potion of swiftness, which like
it moves quickly.
Yeah, which gives double speed, physical attacks with 50% chance to miss, and it lasts d6 times 10 minutes, but it cannot move. So none of those effects would help it. Well, would do anything to it.
It stays still faster.
Yeah, it starts wobbling slightly quicker. Siegfried, do you want to move?
Do you want to approach this thing, or do you want to try and get into cover?
Just like for reference, if you're in melee, you can't miss. You just stab at the jelly, at the mold. That is actually like a thing. It has very low AC and it has in brackets automatic hit in melee. If you got into melee, you would hit.
Yeah, but mold gets places.
You can just hang where you are.
He's gonna move up a little bit, like kind of becoming like the vanguard here, but he's not gonna go all the way up. He'll like just like stand ready, see what happens.
Rowan.
Alright. Wait, didn't the jelly or Karnak want to do anything?
I'm
saw
last.
that.
Oh wait, no, I'm second, my bad. Rowan's gonna reload, all while like heading over in this direction. He's hoping to use the well as cover.
I'm also gonna just go run and pee real
Oh
quick.
yeah, you shot there. Yeah, so you're gonna moving over, putting another bolt in.
Yeah.
Then it's turn. Yeah, you see like some of it stuff immediately kind of like fold up and then shoot out this like small pellet, which flies out and then detonates between Karnak and Siegfried. And that is a luck con from both of you. At advantage, because we did take precaution.
Did take pee.
As these guys
Oh, how do I roll for a luck con with him?
he's down 1 luck, so he's at 6. Yeah, so it's a d20 target of 6 plus his con. That would be a target of 8. He just passed. Yeah, so Karnak sees that coming in, holds his breath as it comes in. And then Siegfried has gone off, so we will come back to him.
Alright.
So, if we wanted to get up here, Karnak's movement is 40. Alright, so he's
so
going to dash.
He can do a charge.
Charge!
And it's an automatic hit.
Wait,
So,
2d8.
2d8.
That also begs the question. If I am I firing into melee?
No. Yeah, because he's still there and moving around. So 16, he also charged, that's plus 2, so that is 18.
He's gonna hold his breath, grab the hammer, and charge it.
Just
Yes, that is halved is 9, so it is at 1 hit point, but it is now staggered, so it can't get another hit.
Hey, and it's automatically dead then. Has 1 HP.
Yep. So you run in and kind of squashes parts of it, and it's like hits out to like the middle of the fountain, it just shatters it. It's like there's still
Success and I look.
it's like stops moving. It was a look. Sorry.
Hi! And all of a sudden, Karnak vanishes into the air. Roll for fucking chaos gift.
Damn it, the warp! It took him.
Oh, he's back. Shit, I saw some things.
I think there's a lot of con on luck decks, but he did still succeed. So yeah, so reduce your luck, and do you guys want to know what happens if you fail that save?
I'm guessing
you
it's like
die?
poison damage around.
Yep. The adventurer dies a horrible choking death in d6 rounds.
Holy fuck!
And apothecary may be able to delay the spell poison for 3d6 hours.
Oh, I do have apothecary. Okay, but
So you could delay it.
Delay.
The one. You can't stop it with normal medicine.
Okay.
At that point, I would probably bone. Just fuck it.
So Siegfried, what? How much warp stone you want, buddy? 1 or 2?
Mark is like, I did all of the work. But no.
Karnak,
I'll get warp stone. He's more here for the fighting.
So,
He's like, oh, that was good.
Yeah, he still wants to be paid on most days, but when you give him a good fight, he's like, yeah.
he looked to Rowan and say, well, it depends. I hear you have some sort of warp stone to gold ritual.
Rowan just like gives him the finger guns. Yep. Gonna cost 25% of what it gets though, but still a good profit.
Yeah, so you can see.
Hey, more reason to take more, and he grabs 2.
Yeah. You can see, like, on the bottom of this bowl, there's like 3 chunks of words and they're kind of sort of plopped down there. You'll see a lot of glass shards along with this like green, it's like green something in there that's like slowly dissipating into it. Seems to have been whatever was inside of the bottle. And you can see a bowl that's kind of floating on top.
Oh, I rolled warp stone.
Yeah. Anybody who's grabbing the bowl warp stone for everyone to pick up. Etheric shock, roll a d4.
What would I roll for warp stone?
D100 for everyone that you pick up. Rowan, you take 2 damage.
Ow!
Shock. And Siegfried, you're picking up 2, right?
Yep.
5.
So 5 milk curdles.
Milk curdle.
Foils. And 81, reduce your willpower by 1, d10.
Use my willpower by 1d10, you said?
The shock goes through and it becomes harder to think. Yeah, current willpower by 1 for d10.
Ron's gonna go ahead and take
So roll
check
it.
out that pool.
So
D10,
roll 1d10 and decide how much I reduce my willpower?
No.
Yeah, and you reduce your willpower by 1 for that many minutes.
Roll
Oh, okay.
1d10, that's how long it lasts.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still just 1 day. Yeah, so for the next minute, it's kind of a bit harder to think.
Okay.
And Rowan, you're kind of wading in to get the bowl.
I'm gonna try and get the bowl.
Yeah. You pick it up and it looks like a normal bowl. It's like wooden, fairly polished, looks decently nice, but not beyond like a nice normal bowl. Take a bit to examine it. With your magic
Yeah,
sight.
Rowan's gonna go ahead and attempt that, and go ahead and tell them, lads, we still have the other one down there. Give me a moment to go ahead and check this out, but if you guys want to scout ahead, by all means.
Yeah, Kangi's good just following along with you guys. Yeah, so really
okay.
up to succeed.
See if you might check out this spot. If Kong wants to come.
We cut over to me and just get this hi ho, hi ho. But like the escape voice. Hi ho. No, I can't do it right now. I don't know why.
And we all die because whatever it was.
All of us are just sucked in.
Yeah. So what's Siegfried doing? While Rowan's checking out the bowl.
Yeah, check out this thing.
Checking out what thing?
This spot over here.
Yeah, you're looking at it. It seems to be like a grate down to the sewer.
It's
Yeah,
a
it looks
grate.
pretty
It's-
packed. It's a grate.
It's a great grate.
It's a damn.
Great
damn.
This great grate was made by my great
You like
grandfather.
check it out and like it seems to be tough. It's not rotted away or anything. You could probably break through it or like find a way to open it. It took a while, but also it's a sewer. There are plenty of other ways to get in.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
Also,
fair
like, yeah. You know easier ways.
Do we want to delve into sewers with just 3 of us, though?
Yeah, there is a lot of escaping.
Yeah.
Worse down there. Rowan, for your intelligence or perception.
Okay. I'm gonna. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna use a reroll to see if I can
You succeed.
Okay.
You can spend your reroll if you want to succeed by more, but you just need to succeed to detect something magical.
All right, I'll see.
So,
I'll see.
how does Rowan detect magic? What is it? How
So-
does it make itself known to him?
So this one was pretty interesting. I went ahead and thought about where Rowan goes ahead and like is peering and like actually listening pretty close to the object, and the more he faintly discovers, or the more he like concentrates, the more he begins to hear whispers in the deep, sort of in multiple varying voices. None of them actually say words, but it's just like
Yes, and the bowl starts whispering parcel tongue.
I give it a kiss.
Oi,
And
hoi,
yes,
min,
it's
yoi, min.
Yes, it is magical. You need like more time and more looking into it to actually find out what it does. Yes, you have a. How to say? You can put in that you have a true blood chalice.
Oh, I thought it was a bowl.
Yeah, it's a bowl, but it's called a chalice. That's just what the magical item in the book is called.
Oh. Well, why isn't it called the True Blood Bowl?
Because I flavoured it as a bowl. It's meant
Because
to be
it's not a game of fantasy.
Blood Bowl. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's not
Alright.
me.
Rowan just like raises it up. Got a magic bowl! It's just like
Imagining Karnak just
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly what it does. Yeah, well done.
alright.
I'm glad you're happy. I got it shit.
Alright, we got this one last thing down here. If you guys want to go ahead and seems like some weird stone is down there.
I mean, it's also a whole sewer network. Do we want to, I don't know, bolster our forces before we go down?
And
do
so, that place over there, and I'm pointing towards the building.
I have no involvement
Oh, this thing?
anymore. So we
Down.
damn.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Well,
this well thing.
No, I'm down here.
This thing, okay.
On the map.
All the shinies here, yes.
Yeah, you kind of glimpsed it as you guys are up there.
Alright. Let's head on down there.
Plop you guys on the
Damn, calm down, Karnak. Fuck me. Just
Khorne!
It's not Karnak!
As you guys
It's Karnak!
come over and look on in, you see, yeah, fairly ruined building. You see kind of like in the middle of the floor, like it just fell down there, is a beautiful looking breastplate. It's like made out of some kind of black metal, like maybe iron, maybe steel, hard to tell who is echoing. I'm echoing through the... Yeah, this is beautiful, like a black metal breastplate with this like gold, and like on the chest of it is this like emblem of a griffin, which seems to be made out of gold and platinum, and there's like small rubies dotted around on it. It looks beautiful and like extremely valuable.
It's something really
And behind you
valuable
see a
in the
couple
middle of
stone
a
and
crushed
labeled
building that
a scroll.
hasn't been looted yet.
Oh no, I went back.
Kinda
I
looks
wonder
to
if it's going to
Rowan
fuck them
just-
over.
Looks like there's a little something for each of us, huh?
I'm muted in the Discord, by the way. They can't hear
don't
me.
trust that chest plate, but yeah.
Yeah, the breastplate definitely looks out of place. Like it doesn't have like a speck of dirt on it, despite being in a ruined building.
If, I don't know, imagine if we could find someone somewhere to hammer out some bumps, you want to just launch a crossbow bolt into it, see what happens?
Ron's going ahead and like doing a hypothetical like think look, just like, okay. So basically, I've heard of magic that the that armor sometimes grapples onto victims and like controls their movements. That guy's way too big to be wearing that thing. No offense, Karnak. I fit the perfect bill, and you fit the perfect bill, but you're already wearing armor. So I think if we said,
Armor also interferes with magic. Like there is specialized training that you need to be able to wear magic without messing with your ability to do it.
yeah, but what I'm saying is that magical armor like that
Yeah.
jumps on people and like uses their movement.
Yeah, it would go for you. The ability to grab.
Yep. So Ron's gonna say, Karnak, would you mind possibly going ahead and giving it a poke or two?
It's
we'll be
not
right there.
Karnak.
It's
There's
Karnk.
no knack. Karnk.
Yeah.
Karnk.
Yeah, so
Karnk.
doesn't NK, you can call him
RNK. RNK.
King.
Yeah, he'll like head in there. Like,
Which is
pokes it with the edge of his hammer. And as he steps in, this large red beetle kind of bursts out of the ground and goes for his ankles.
Oh, it was a fucking beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't even the armor.
It's a move, so it is going to get a surprise round. As it jumps out and grabs Karnk by the pinches his ankles. Actually, no, it busts and sprays after that.
Somebody has an iPhone in the background of this
Oh shit.
Discord call.
8 damage. Remember, Karnk can do his thing to reduce damage once per fight if he wants. But we can save that for later.
That's
I mean,
done.
no,
I think he's muted.
I'm here.
Oh.
So, roll for him. Okay, so I go first.
Nice. Oh no, it actually has attacks.
So it moved.
No, it would have come out there because I forgot this thing has a ranged attack that it uses normally. It doesn't normally pincer.
Well, Karnk has a 10-foot radius, right?
So he just needs to step forward 1 to smash it.
He's gonna step, like, here, and try and swing at it without hitting the armor.
So stepping over and trying to squash the thing like the bug it is.
So it's 1d20 plus 4 because of his to hit. 17.
Gee, that hits. All your damage. Karnk might just kill it.
Just a bug.
11.
Smack.
Yep, 11, it's staggered.
So he hits it again.
Yep, all damage. Oh, it's a 2.
Fuck you.
This gun just like smashes several of the legs, hits it in the head. It's like, ugh! It's clearly regretting its decision to come out. Going.
Alright.
See then, like, if a bug can look afraid.
Flee like the bug you are.
You think you'd rip up some peasant, and this freaking massive ass ogre shows up.
He's like, there was shaking up there. Oh fuck.
Rowan is gonna go ahead and cast the spell Yeetus Deletus, and basically it is going to be Thunderwave. DDM, no danger Stark magic today. And can I get a luck con save from this little bastard?
That is a fail.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's
It
gonna
it
survive.
has 2 hits.
I think it's already dead since wait, yeah, it failed. It takes 2d8, so
And roll a d6.
okay. 4.
Yeah, so you send that out, the bug goes flying and splats against the wall. But the arm also goes tumbling and hits into the wall as well. Hits and that falls down.
The armor has not reacted.
Yeah, and Siegfried's kind of like taking out his sword, being like, oh.
Basically, yeah.
He's like in the process of drawing his massive sword.
Everyone's gonna go
Just like
ahead
it's already
and,
over.
Rowan's gonna pat Karnk on the belly, just like, good job. And he's gonna cast Cure Light Wounds. 2d4.
Plus your amount.
There we
Plus
go.
my int, so that'd be plus 2.
So you don't actually get 4 heals. And,
There we go.
yeah, so you slap him on the belly. Kind of like on the plate, or you like hitting next to the like, big belly plate that he has.
Big belly plate.
Yeah, so you slap on that. And, yeah, the healing magic goes through. Or the acid
Vibrates
burns,
through him.
fades away. Yeah, so it fades away.
Alright.
Yeah, can't we go over and like pick up the the corpse of the thing. It's gonna like sling it over her shoulder.
Fresh meat.
Yep.
Run's gonna take one weird stone. 59.
Nine. Animals flee.
So like the rats inside of this building just book it.
That bug was still alive. It would be running.
And Ron's gonna go ahead and check out that scroll, but he's gonna leave the armor and other warp stone for Siegfried.
As Siegfried will also go to grab that warp stone, but also check the armor. He's gonna kind of like prod it a little bit before he actually like touches it, though.
Roll the D100 for the warp stone. And as you look at the armor, like you're a mercenary, and you've seen all of this before. The 19 roll a contest.
For the armor?
Yeah.
On.
No, con as you pick it up. Just a con check, no, not luck or anything, just con.
It's
Oh damn!
Yeah, so you pick that up and you feel like some force can like press into your nose. You can like kind of blow your nose for a second. You're fine. And you feel like you just got if you felt that you would just got on a nosebleed for a bit.
Oh.
That was all it was.
Yeah,
You cocksucker.
I'm being possessed.
Shit.
it's only really like 71 plus that it starts getting bad. Yeah, they're looking at the armor like, yeah, you've been a mercenary for a while, and this is definitely decorative. Like, you could wear it, and it is metal, but it's not really made to actually function. It's more made to be very pretty, which it does quite well.
Probably sells for a decent amount.
Yes, and like a black steel is pretty rare, even if it is very thin. Like, this would be worth a pretty penny.
Ooh. Be a nice item for the for that little armor room in his room for a while, for the time being too. Yeah, nice
Looking
little
for something
souvenir to eventually profit. Yeah.
Good idea.
And you find this like scroll tube, which you can pick it up and shake it. And, yeah, there's something in it. Seems to fit it pretty well. Seems to be like the actual side.
Ron's gonna open up the scroll, and if it's an arcane spell, he's not gonna read it out loud, activating it by accident.
You open it and you look at it, and it's like it has weird symbols on it, but not of the arcane variety. Do you have general lore?
Yes.
Okay, roll that. I would say you can have advantage.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is a music sheet. You can either it's like a music sheet. Like you can either sing it or play it on some kind of wind instrument.
The harp. Wait.
That's not a wind instrument. That's a string instrument.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like you got all the different notes that you play. So like if you got like a flute or something, you can try.
Fuck
and
it,
play
do it anyway.
Yeah, or you can try and hum or sing it.
I'll try attempt to hum it. But do you need me to?
I don't think you have any kind of performance skill.
I have general lore, intelligence,
I'd say this would be a charisma.
charisma. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. As you start like humming it along, several butterflies start like kind of flying over and surrounding you. They're coming over and like sitting on you and flying around.
Each cultist becomes the king of the butterflies.
And you hum it like there's like a set number of notes, but you can just loop it for as long as you want, really.
Really? That's interesting.
Like a dozen or so butterflies just kind of surround you for as long as you keep humming.
Rowan's a little bit surprised, like, first off, he, like, scared so many animals away previously. Like, how far did these butterflies have to come?
It's like, you didn't see butterflies before, but when we started humming, they appeared, so it might be like, there's some kind of very minor magical thing with it that has summoned them, or they might just be attracted, and there happen to be some nearby. You can't really say for now.
You can relatively safely say that there weren't any nearby, considering how much we scared away the animals.
Yeah, how much you scared them away.
If Culled butterflies. Alright.
But it did still take them a minute to get there, so it might just have been relatively nearby. So yeah, it's
There's a 50-foot chance.
percent on it.
Alright, well, now I have a musical sheet of butterflies.
Butterflies.
Yeah, the song of butterfly summoning.
I like it. And
Yeah.
with that, I
You
think
guys have found everything.
Thanks for watching! Now you gotta do that thing with the thumbs up and the subscribe. Oh, and ring that bell. Super hard! Share this with your friends too, and watch some other videos as well. Bye-bye!
And now you can actually do the proper recount because everyone can actually hear you.
So yeah, last session the group went on a bit of a run to the various things, and everybody managed to come out alive, which was fairly surprising for what they thought and how shittily they rolled on a couple occasions. But yeah, they came out with a varying amount of gold items, warpstone, and a magical bowl that helps with poison. Mange and his little buddy Skit Scratch hauling a harp all the way back to the base and up their stairs to go into the room that they share. And then this session is going to be a bit of a film since Siegfried couldn't make it and they're planning on attacking a base, so they wouldn't want to do that without everybody present. So for today we're going to be taking a little trip over to the Black Pit settlement, which is like this little shantytown, smuggler's town kind of thing that has built up out just outside of the city since the meteor hit the place, and is full of various lowlifes and the sort that are kind of profiting off of Mordheim without actually going into the city proper. So it's the best place to find somebody that I can call in particular, especially somebody's skilled. Unless you want to just wander the streets and hope.
I'm sorry, I didn't even say anything, but Findragon just said beach episode.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no beach near Mordheim. It'd be like a few months of walking to get to a beach. Oh, probably like a month total. And I don't think anybody would want that episode of Mange around.
The metaphorical beach episode.
Yeah, just like Mange walking up in a bikini.
Alright, so if we have any artists in chat, I demand to see that, or you are fired from nothing but shut.
Alright, we'll continue not paying you.
Get
Alright,
Alexandria Janice in an even skimpier bikini. Perfect idea.
You're getting the Rule 34 artists. Alright.
Yeah, that would go straight into the NSFW channel. Thank you very much.
We don't have an NSFW channel.
Oh, I'm talking about my server, you bitch. Oh no, please don't. I don't need any more of that. We don't need to give Alexandria that chance. Please, no. If you want that shit, there's a fucking smut server on Reddit for Warhammer porn. Go over there. Keep it out of here. God damn.
$5.
Anyway. My
So,
throat.
you guys were planning on going out to find a merchant. So now, the thing is, you have a few choices for how you wanted to get over to the settlement. You could just kind of hop the walls and then walk, but that would leave you with you'd have to cross the river. Or you could try and find your way through the sewers, but that could be a very windy route, and there's no guarantee you could really find the way. Or you could try and maybe walk along the wall, jump over the broken ass bridge bit, and kind of do that. Yeah, it's up to you guys really. There's numerous ways you could go. You could try and go over the river bridge, but apparently there's a bunch of trolls, so it'd probably not be the best idea.
Mange is going to prefer the sewer route for obvious reasons of being Mange.
Yeah, so the sewer route is probably probably the second safest if you don't count trying to swim across the river, but it's also probably the most likely to get lost in, because you don't actually know how the sewers work. You don't have a map of them. You know how they work. They're fairly simple.
Sewer goblins, yep. Does anybody else object to that one, or?
Let's go sewering. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I think river.
Rowan's gonna take a drink of that bowl. He knows that.
Yeah.
That's like the poison
with that
resisting?
bowl, yeah, I think you test when you drink it when you first drink from it. Yeah, DDM check when you drink it and whenever the protection is triggered. Yeah. Head out. Rowan just empties his canteen into this bowl and drinks. It's like it's like a bowl that's so it's fairly awkward to drink from.
What did the bowl do again for myself who forgot and everyone
It gives immunity to poison and disease, including magical ones, for 24 hours.
Alright. You know what other
Also-
games have sewers? Literally every single other fucking game in existence. Try again, you
Yeah,
bitch.
it's just that most they don't go in them.
Hey, at least
On
we're
a
not going
daily
to a water
basis.
temple.
He's trying to make a Skyrim joke.
I don't have
Water
sewers.
temple.
The entire chat has just turned into Todd Howard. Hey Finn,
used to
any
be an adventurer like
any
you.
mention of Skyrim or Todd Howard is an insta timeout for 10 minutes. Thank you very much, Finn. I appreciate it. I must suppress the insanity.
There you go.
So yeah, are you guys gonna
Yep.
try and find your way through the sewers then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sewers.
Are you bringing any of
Fine.
the NPCs?
Let's get lost in the sewers.
Considering it's the sewers and they're gonna be really cramped, I actually think we're probably going to leave Punk behind.
Yeah, he would not want to go crouching through the sewers.
Yeah, so he's gonna stay behind and defend the base.
Well, we're all dead.
Get Scratch is gonna come with me.
Basically, that guy is just our rock right now. We can't survive without him.
And there's also, since you're going there, Jill would probably be interested in joining you. He's got some business that he could do over there.
Alright. So the Vampire Thrall and Skit Scratch, basically. We're not gonna try and get Mama to come along. Unless she really wants to peruse the sewers.
Yeah, you've got like 6 people at the base, or using like 2 toilets. So yeah, they got plenty of ingredients.
I mean, there are other things in the public sewers.
But they've also like torn down several sections of the wall and like planted weird mushrooms and things. So yeah, the basement is not a fun place to go in right now since Mama moved in.
In case you're wondering, Mama, the one we're talking about is this dude Skaven that's for some reason named Mama, who currently lives in our basement and is basically the closest thing to an apothecary, except with a lot more shit as ingredients. So,
Yeah, so the potions work, they're just very unpleasant.
That's Skaven magic for you.
But yeah, what is your guys' plan for finding a way through the sewers? They are fairly maze-like, and a lot of it has collapsed.
So, do we have anything in great enough amount that isn't valuable that we could use to mark our path?
How about we just hug the right wall?
All more time. Hug the right wall.
Hug the right wall. Just...
Hug the right wall, wind up coming out in the Temple of Mor, get insta-stabbed by everything.
Yeah, hug the right wall. This is
He's just fucking around.
like 8 days later, you emerge, find yourself in the town.
Try and survive.
Alright.
Yeah, so there's probably like mutants and other Skaven down there that you could ask. You do have a resident Heavens mage who might be able to help in some way. You could just try and like keep generally in that direction and hope for the best.
We'll ask Skaven and whatnot.
I think we'd have fun just going and hoping for the best.
Fucking fine. Do the thing.
This is basically, do you want to like roll a persuasion to try and get them, roll a survival to find your way? It's like, what skill are you using and how are we flavoring that?
We are flavoring it with the smell of dung.
Well, that's not a flavor, that's a smell.
Yes.
Do we have like mini maps or crude maps of Mordheim? Like,
Yeah, you'd have like a map of roughly this quality somewhere in the house.
so if we eventually like popped up every so often, could I use like general lore to possibly say, oh, okay, we're here or something
Yeah,
like that?
that would be a way to kind of like keep an eye out as you go popping up every now and then to keep you on track. That'd be like the main person would do survival, but you could help with general lore.
Sweet.
Then again, there's the possibility that when you pop your head up, there's just a giant gargoyle there ready to just bash your head back down.
That's
Well,
where we'll
yeah,
go
but
ahead
then you voluntarily just go back down and close the lid.
And then in this game, multiple people can help with things. So like Alexandria could try and like ask directions as you're down there, if you wanted to try and help out.
Yes, I could.
Yeah, anyone wants to help with the role, you can do that, and then the main person will be rolling survival.
Considering my charisma, I would harm rather than help. So,
Considering my charisma, I would just absolutely plow.
No,
Yeah,
considering Alexandria's
more
position with
ways than
harem
one.
rather than help.
I would say phrasing, but I know that's your intention. So,
Exactly.
bitch.
Yeah, probably the best thing to hear would be like whoever has like the best intelligence and or has survival as a skill would probably be the best to lead the way, and then the others to help.
I do not have survival as a skill.
I do have intelligence.
I have the lowest intelligence probably of the party because I have 9.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Rowan, I guess you're going.
all right. Do you want me to roll?
Well, Rowan, you'll be leading the way, so how is Maine and Alexandria going to be trying to help? If they are trying to help.
I have detection, so I can see if I can make sure that we don't run into.
Yeah, so you could like keep an eye out for traps, like probably like make markings on the wall, kind of scratch something onto the wall. You
Yeah.
have to make sure you don't double back on yourself. So yeah, you can roll that.
Could ask directions when we come
Great
upon
success.
people.
So great success, so you'll give Rowan a +2. And then Alexandria, yeah, you can roll a persuasion or whatever kind of thing you want to do for like asking directions.
Damn.
Great success.
All right, +4 then too.
Yep.
Okay. That was
Okay.
So I think I'm 7 out of
That's
20.
a lot of great
So-
successes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you guys
want to
go
get
along.
there.
Right over there.
We want to arrive now.
We
Yeah,
go.
turn up the house. Go down the back.
Oh, we all take the house, just lift it onto our back, and bring it through the sewers somehow.
Shove it down the manhole. Shove it
Yes,
down.
as you guys start moving through the sewer,
We
you
should
cross
just
the-
take our house and push it somewhere else.
You come across
Okay,
the
Patrick.
mutant or Skaven or whatever, and Alexandria like checks in with them, sees the direction, and they kind of like point generally in the right direction or give you some short directions to the bit that they know. Like they guide you along, combined with Mange kind of keeping an eye out, making sure you don't double back on yourself. You guys manage to not run into anything and eventually get your way out. Let's see, you got great success. This would be a fairly direct route. Yeah, so you guys are down in the sewers for roughly 14 hours, probably closer to 15. And you kind of reach the end of a tunnel and you come out and pop out, look around, and you see the South Gatehouse ahead.
Thank goodness, man's feet hurt.
Yeah, this
Nice.
has been pretty much a full day that you've been down in the sewers. So you'll reach the Black Pit probably like late evening.
I'm getting very tense right now. I hope there's some decent people around here.
Oh, there's no decent people in Mordheim.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you guys exit out the South Gatehouse. Thankfully, probably the safest gate in Mordheim, since the Black Pit is right there, and they have an interest in keeping that clear. You guys head through, and actually you probably use the road. Yeah, then over.
Another 3 hours, dear lord.
Yep. It's a big place. So, my cat wants it.
Go across the settlement in another 2 hours. Go all the way to the back, come all the way out, decide to take the scenic route all the way back. Just drop by the pit, go over here.
Yeah, Mordheim is a fairly big city.
Yep.
Yeah, like almost a
And-
full day to cross it.
Hence why it was not completely and utterly just obliterated by the fucking giant ass
It's
meteor.
just like if it was flat ground, you could walk across it in about 4 hours. So that is a pretty big fucking crater that would swallow most villages. Yeah, so just like an idea of scale for this map, like that's the size of a fairly large village.
Yeah, you're getting just 4 hours there.
Although you can't really cross it because it's a big pit with very around it. And so yeah, as you guys
So
follow
it's the
road-
medieval equivalent of New York City.
This isn't even the biggest city in the Empire. That's Altdorf. It's like twice this size.
It's the equivalent
Fairly large city.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, so you guys
or
follow down the main road.
actually
and
more accurately, probably fucking Detroit.
then become human. Detroit becomes Skaven.
No.
Yeah, you guys follow down the main road, and then after a bit you see the like not really a road, more like a path beaten down by feet and carts and stuff going past. So it's the makings of a new road. You follow that up to this what would almost be a shanty town, but it's strangely more permanent than that. It's not like houses, like some of them are like kind of leaning awkwardly made out of like corrugated iron and bits of wood that people strap together. Some of them almost look like actual houses as you walk in. So it's this weird mismatch of various things, and there's all different kind of architecture around. There's some very short buildings that are presumably owned by dwarves, and very large ones that might belong to like orcs or maybe even ogres. You guys start well, and are you guys gonna like start looking for your blacksmith now, or would you want to like find somewhere that you could rest first? Because it's fairly late, it's probably
Been
like
like a
nearing
day.
midnight by this point.
Mange's feet tired. Mange wants sleep.
Go on, look for a good old inn.
So yeah, you guys go looking around for a bit, and eventually you would find one that you assume is an inn, as it has a symbol of like a haunch of meat with a bite taken out of it over the door. No name, but then most places don't bother with names as most people can't read.
True.
Especially these kind of peoples.
What do you mean these people, Zach?
Skaven, poor people, smugglers, criminals.
Hey! Mange can read! That's a bitch!
He just points to a section of wall that someone like scratched bitch into the wall. Probably it's more like a bick because they messed up the H a bit.
Ain't only have 9 intelligence, he not that dumb.
Yeah, so you guys see this building with the haunch of meat things. Like there's like big shutters over the doors, but you can hear like some like talking on the inside. So presumably there's people. The door is.
Oh, I
just
make
like
a big entrance. I make a big those little through those little tavern doors.
Roll for
On the roll
performance.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no actual performance skill, so I'd say persuasion fits. Natural 20. Go. Almost the exact opposite. So yeah, so how does Alexandria go through these doors?
I just basically kind of. You ever seen those old Western movies where they slam open? It's like that, except instead of seeing a cowboy, you see this bombshell of a woman that instantly gravitates your.
See, some bitch slams the door of the bar.
Yeah, it's actually like thrust the doors and make sure like they hit the wall to make a sound to draw everybody there. And she steps in just as a fairly fortuitous gust of wind comes in and kind of blows her hair around. She steps in and you see what is most definitely like the seediest of bars. There's like tables, some of which clearly have been broken and then roughly repaired by hand, like jamming some nails into them. There's like bits sticking up everywhere. You can probably quite easily get tinnitus in this place, and the clientele look fairly similar. Like most of them look like they've had their noses broken at least 5 times. And they're primarily human, but you see a small mixture of the other races. And they all, it's like basically everybody just turns to look at you as you come in. You hear a crash as like somebody flips off of the table and somebody roars. But nobody even looks that way as they all look over to you. And I don't know exactly how like Alexandria would take this, but you'd definitely be intimidating with all of these guys staring at you. There's probably like 20 or so of them in there.
Well, yes, for a normal person, but I'm a Slaneshi cultist.
Sneezing sucks!
That was a sneeze.
I was trying to
If
suppress the
anything,
sneeze.
I see this as an opportunity.
Yeah, so it's like main general room, like nobody even seems to know you're there, even though you're like just behind Alexandria.
Cool.
Mange
Or
doesn't
just
care.
staring at her, and there's a period of silence after she steps in.
Or like
So,
sidestepping.
Who's first?
Mange just sort of takes his hand, balls it into a fist, and jabs her in the back. Move faster! Need sleep!
Yeah, so as Alexandria like takes a step after that, like the weird spell is broken, and yes, there are several men kind of like getting up and heading towards you. Then you kind of fade off as Alexandria gets like pulled off into a crowd.
Mange just pushes past everyone as hard as possible without much of a care for whether or not he's shoving people aside. Because he's trying to go straight to whatever looks like a counter or something, or a bar where somebody might be able to give
push
him...
people aside. They're all like gravitating straight towards Alexandria, and whatever her offer is, they're pretty sure they know what it is. But it's a fairly easy route over to there as you see this bar that's
I'm making some gold tonight, boys!
yeah.
Do you need a bowl?
You've already used it today.
No, her.
Yeah, you've already used it. She can't use it.
Wait, it's only once per day?
Yeah, once per day it can be used.
Not per
That's the
person, I
limitation on it.
guess.
You can't all just chug it.
Wait, what
Okay.
can be used?
The bowl. That
It does.
grants you
It doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, I think
Don't worry. You'll get as many STIs as you want.
Yeah, it's like that is the thing that Alexandria might be dimly aware of, is these people do not look like the healthiest sort. And although elves do have the ability to make, like, basically condoms, you don't imagine there's any of that resources here for you to do that, and you're not exactly an expert on making.
Great.
I feel like Slanesh would love any STIs you get as just like a gift.
Oh no, STIs is Nurgle. It's like STIs is like Slanesh and Nurgle had like it could either be an argument or a very good day. You could see it either way, really. And then STIs became a thing. So yeah, so Alexandria is getting led off and probably is going to make a ton of gold, and there may be other things that I shall roll for in a bit. As you guys head over to the bar, and you see it's a fairly low bar, although for Mange it's actually about the perfect height. It's like heighted for dwarf/Skaven, because you're about the same height. Yeah, for Rowan it's pretty short as far as bars go. You see behind it is this very scruffy, like very long hair, beard that probably goes down to like his knees. This dwarf behind the bar is currently has his beard like up and is like rubbing it on the table like he's trying to clean it with his beard.
Mange
He's,
just
furiously scratching at it.
Bury a short man! Give room!
Just the one room.
Mange not care about their room. Mange needs his room.
Kind of trying to spit maybe onto the floor. There might be a bucket there. You can't really tell. Like, well, one room, two rooms. That's better imagine she needs a room.
Rowan just raises his hand. 2.
Alright, open this thing, just a moment. Where are you?
It costs all of our gold. This is a robbery.
Where is it? No fancy.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Sucks
to
to
remove.
be you guys. I get a free room with my gold.
Well, you might be paying in other ways.
Maine just looks at her and says, "That bed not going to be comfy. Too many people."
Alright, you want a room? It's got a mat for you to fall down and a bucket for you to shit in. That'll be 2 gold.
Rowan will throw his down.
Mange takes out his 2 gold and just sets it on the table begrudgingly.
Kind of reaches in and kind of seems to fiddle around in his beard before he like kind of pulls it out. Before he pulls his hand out. He like seems to wince a bit. You see there's also several hairs in his fist as he puts 2 keys down on the table.
Mange grabs his key immediately because it's shiny.
It is not shiny. It is like very battered, like blunted, not blunted, but yeah, battered, rusted iron.
Oh, he grabs it anyway.
Looks like it's probably like on the thing. Like if you turned it too hard, it would probably snap.
Mange basically walks off in whatever direction he thinks that said room is going to be in.
Yeah, you see some stairs that lead up, and presumably they'd be upstairs, leading out. You also
Mange
see
stops at-
Alexandria being led up those stairs currently.
Mange stops at the first door at the top of the stairs and attempts to open it with the key.
Yeah, means it kind of goes down testing each one, and yeah, after a bit you find the right door.
Mange enters, shuts the door, probably with Skit right next to him, and just sort of locks it again. Grabs a chair are there any chairs?
No, there's like a grouping of straw in a corner that roughly resembles a bed with a very dirty and hole-covered like animal hide thrown over it, and a bucket in the corner.
Mange sort of just shrugs, goes over to the straw and lies down. He doesn't care what Skit Scratch does.
Yeah, you kind of like go and lie down, something pokes you in the back, you reach behind and pull out what looks like a rock.
Mange, well, any rocks or other issues with said straw bed will just simply get tossed at the door.
Yeah, you take that, you throw it at the door, tink, and falls. Skit Scratch kind of like, take this pack, sets on the floor, and like cuddles up.
If Mange gets any noise complaints, they can fuck off.
As you guys are down there, Joel turns to Rowan and says, "Well, nighttime ain't a thing for me. I got my business, so guess I'll meet you back here tomorrow at some point."
Wait, who said that? Is that the barkeep?
This is Joel.
No, that's your vampire thrall.
Oh,
Dude.
Joel. Yeah.
Yeah, got my shit to deal with. Works best if I do it at night, so see you back here probably about midday.
Yeah. Sounds good. Rome will go ahead and
Heads
I'll
out.
order a drink from the barkeep.
And what kind of things you want?
Oh, I'm getting a couple of drinks tonight.
And excuse me, you're getting fucked.
Quite
Those
literally.
are one and the same in this case.
Came from a shit hole like Mordheim, so give me something strong.
Alright, we got piss water. Looks around.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, he seems to look around for a sec. Thinks it's like, I had a crate of Bugmans, but that went after like 2 days. Probably less than that. Yeah, I got piss water. That's about all that's left. Which is actually a brand of alcohol in Warhammer. It is actually a thing. It's what it sounds like. It's basically just water with like a drop of alcohol added to it. It's the classic, technically alcohol.
Rowan says, I'll take the piss water, but if I see you coming out of the bathroom with a glass, I'm kicking your ass.
Just kind of looks at you like, okay.
Well,
And
it's
he goes,
piss water, get it?
Ah, okay.
Ah!
Yeah, and he kind of goes over to this barrel, which he has like several like patch jobs on it, and he grabs this spigot, like nothing happens, he kind of whacks the barrel and tries it again, and it comes out. And then he hands the thing to you. This wooden tankard, which also looks fairly patched up, with this vaguely brownish liquid inside.
Sauron's he takes a light sip of it, and he's gonna go ahead and say, "Oh,
Yeah, it does not taste good. It's weirdly almost spicy.
so I really haven't done anything really fun recently. Anything interesting going inside of this town? Like any neat shops or something like that?"
And if you're into fight
As
pits
you
or
say
something,
this, you just hear Alexandria laughing. Oh, I can't say the same.
you can't hear this.
Yeah.
It's just a fortuitous. One of the guys said something, and she said that fairly loudly.
Fight pits? Any cool shops or anything like that? Or
I mean, a few blacksmiths and stuff around selling stuff, but most people are just buying whatever they can to get by. People, they don't really buy the fancy shit. That's what you go into the city and find.
you're goddamn right on that one. Cheers, my friend. Cheers.
He kind of like seems like screws his face. He's like, oh, there might be one place. I'm blanking on it. I think I need some. Yeah, there's one thing, but I can't quite remember what it is.
Ron will go ahead and he'll take out a gold piece and say, "Maybe this will help you jog your memory."
I mean, it's helping.
Oh, you dwarfs. He'll take out 5.
Pulls it over to him. So yeah, if you're looking for fancy shit, there's this one dwarf, and he like jerks his thumb in like a direction, like down the road. So one dwarf down there a bit, can't miss her. She's always complaining, wants better things to do, like better shit to make. I think she might be interested in helping you out.
Wonderful, wonderful.
He's like, yeah, I'm coming! He staggers off to go and help out a new customer.
Looks like I got a lead, Ron says to himself as he takes a drink. He's just like, oh, that is rancid. Oh, I love it.
It basically tastes like water that somebody like dipped maybe a pepper into for a minute. It doesn't taste good, but it's not horrible. It's not the worst thing you've ever had.
Alright. And then afterwards, not sure if one drink is going to get me as drunk as if it were bugs.
No, you'll need like several barrels of that shit to actually get drunk.
Gotcha. Rowan will go ahead and head up to his room. And he'll go ahead and... nah, he's not going to go ahead and do that. He's just going to lock the door and, get ready for a nap or something.
Alexandria, give me another persuasion with advantage to see how well you do.
Alright, just give me one moment. Alright, so we just do...
And then also give me a luck con.
Oh my god!
Why are you rolling it so many times?
Dude, I think
Yeah, you just needed it the once.
Oops, my bad. Alright, and con? You said?
Yeah, a luck con.
So you set it to luck and then you roll it.
Yeah, so on the luck, where it says deck save currently, you can switch it to con save when you roll that.
Hey.
He comes out with only one STI.
I mean, you don't learn that you have those immediately. It takes a few days normally.
Praise the bright father.
So, what happened?
So, well, the persuasion was to see how much gold you're getting out of these guys.
So how
Not
much
enough.
gold am I getting?
Let's say you get about 40 gold out of this night. seems like they have really more gold than they can really spend on stuff, so people are fairly generous.
Alright, and what does the con do?
You'll find out.
Oh, joy!
You succeeded it, so drop your current con by 1.
Luck, you mean?
Yeah, current luck by 1, not con.
You only
And
lose
then-
one appointed con.
And then roll me a general constitution to see if you actually manage to get enough rest at night.
Yeah,
Yeah. Celia's an old hand at this.
yeah, it's an old habit, so I've gotten used to it.
But yeah, the morning comes and you guys eventually come down in differing states. It's not the
I
most
just come
comfortable.
down with my hair. I've got like bed hair, but I'm like counting my gold. I earned 40 pieces tonight. How about you, fellas?
I earned me some information.
Mange doesn't open his door.
Alexandria kind of knocks on the door loudly.
Wait, psst, don't. I got an idea. You want to pull a bit of a prank?
Oh, I'm always up for that.
Alright, watch this shit. Alistair. Rowan's gonna go ahead and he's gonna begin doing some gestures, and he's gonna do a bit of a roll. It's a spell.
Okay, I thought you were gonna thunder wave it.
No! Alright. So,
Okay, so what does it look like when Rowan does this? What other people see?
Rowan just starts doing like magical gestures, moving his fingers about, and he's just like "Fola Condastra," and then he just taps onto the door, pretty much. And for some reason, it's in the sense as stable and solid as like a wall, instead of like being hinged. It's just stuck. It is stuck in
So
existence.
it kind of looks like somebody welded it closed.
Yeah.
Alright, should I knock?
Bang.
Alright, I just loudly bang on the door. Hey, Sketch, come on, we're leaving!
Mange, snores.
Yeah, if you want to try and like knock again to wake him up, you could roll a strength.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mange is quite accept. You guys have been rolling really well today.
yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, we're wasting all of our good rolls on the fucking filler session so we can die next time.
Hey, I got a lot of gold, okay? And I'm pretty sure I only contracted like 1 STD.
Yeah, but that con roll is only the one that I made you roll. I will also roll some secret stuff after the session to see about other things that can happen from that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you get rudely woken up by a loud banging on your door.
Mange, come on, we gotta go.
Mange takes his dagger and throws it at the door.
Yeah, you gotta hits against the door and skitters against it and falls to the floor.
Go away! Need sleep!
Alright,
Well,
big
there's-
guy. But fine then. But we'll good luck trying to get out later. Rowan just says as he just begins walking away.
What weird men mean?
Oh, you'll find out. I just kind of follow along behind Rowan.
Mange turns to Skit and says, "Open door!"
Yeah, it seems like looks around, seeming like patting the floor, trying to find the key. Eventually finds where it's got plopped. Where I assume Mange just like threw his stuff on the floor when he went to bed.
Yeah, basically.
Just gonna feel around. It's like feels through it, gets the key, goes to the door, unlocks it, goes to push on it, and it doesn't budge. It's like
I think it's a contested strength if he's actually trying to push it open.
he's not strong.
Oh, and are we just kind of just like a few steps away listening?
We can be.
Absolutely. We didn't
Yeah,
actually
like as you guys are getting down, you're
Think we
hearing
left.
straining and pushing on the door.
Mange
We're just like
sees
chuckling to ourselves.
Just back. Open! Don't feel like a wall!
Door stuck! Door stuck! That's good. Okay.
Skit starts panicking. Like there's no windows in here either.
Mange walks over after finally begrudgingly getting up. He is going to grab his dagger from the door and put that away.
It's just like
sort of
before. It doesn't even look like it scratched the actual door, which is weird.
Mange takes a deep breath, steps back, motions for Skit to get out of the way.
Yeah, like scrambles himself out of the way.
And Mange is going to fucking charge this fucking thing.
Damn.
Rowan, roll a d20. He's good by 15.
That's a 14 degrees of
Mange
success.
just barely won. Mange won by 15. Yes, Mange, you can like take a second, hide yourself up, and then ram into the door, and like it moves and shifts, but doesn't fully block. You kind of have to ram it a couple more times, and then it swings open. You're like, what the
Mange.
fuck?
We're just laughing uncontrollably, like just
Yeah, you
on
hear
the
like
ground
shout as
laughing.
someone like staggers backwards and was getting hit by the door.
Mange, seeing you laughing, will attempt to throw his dagger at Rowan.
Can Rowan attempt to acrobatics to like just try and like do a backflip wherever he's going?
Oh, we got this thing going on. Temporary,
Pause.
yeah, temporary pause. Well, let me explain this for Hoovy in the chat. This is a tabletop role-playing game. It's something similar to Dungeons and Dragons, if you've ever heard of that. We are a group of weirdos that are in the city of Mordheim. Basically, this is all roleplay, so most of this is audio and shit. So,
use your mind in the sense.
yeah, it's basically, this is mostly imagination. This isn't like a pure video game. We are a party. I am playing as Mange Scratch, the little rat thing in the bottom right corner of the screen that you can see. And alongside him is Rowan and Alexandria. Rowan is like a dude with a mask and no shirt. And Alexandria is like a skimpy fucking bitch.
Wait, they can't see my profile picture?
Oh, they can see your profile picture, but it's also ridiculously not in my fucking folder, so I can't show it to anyone. He's adding the tokens now.
Oh, I can just send it to you then over Discord, right?
You're using fucking Narja or whatever the fuck her name is from Fire Emblem. Because you haven't commissioned your goddamn art yet. Like you said you would.
Well, it's a perfect fit. It's exactly how I imagine her to be.
Well, yeah, but I don't like you using a fucking actual Fire Emblem character to represent yourself, you whore!
Wait,
You're giving me PTSD flashbacks to fucking Neopets roleplay forums. Fuck's sake.
Did Mange take any damage, currently? Or like this session?
This session, no. I just forgot to reset it from the long rest.
Yeah, everybody raise up your hit points so that way you don't kill me with a knife by accident.
I'm back up to myself.
Do you guys see what I put in off topic?
Do I want to?
No, but it's great.
Is it the Steve Harvey?
It is the Steve Harvey.
Steve, I love that. I was gonna mention that, but it's just fucking... It's just like 5 different images all making up one giant Steve Harvey. And it's beautiful.
If you could
It's
show
beautiful.
the stream, please do. Please.
Please, please, for the love of God, show it. It's beautiful.
I
It's
hate
a
all
work
of you.
Art.
I did. Okay, that's one response. The other one I got from another person is, "Why are you like this?"
I mean, at this point, I've come to the assumption that you're all full of shit. And I have the off-topic memes channel muted because I don't want to get notified of every single fucking thing you post.
Well, it's not like porn or anything. It's just memes.
I mean, considering what Zach posted like a day or so ago, I would argue differently. Mr. Ribbed for his protection.
Can somebody go ahead and
For
show
his
Finn?
protection.
Finn, I want to show you Steve Harvey. You seem like the type of person who needs to see it.
If Finn is paying attention, he's already seen it because I showed it on the fucking stream, you degenerate.
Oh, well, fuck you. I wasn't paying attention to your stream.
Well, you were yelling at me to do a thing while I was doing it. I decided to just not talk. Mr. Fucking try and lock me in my goddamn room.
Hush.
I'm already sitting upright, you fucking whore bitch.
Oh, by the way, does anybody want to give us a random bonus or curse?
This would be a hilarious session to do it, considering it's all basically roleplay and no combat.
It still is, yeah. Oh, you know what we should add? We should add like a minor beneficial or a minor inconvenience to the party outside of, you know, combat. That sounds like a cool idea. I want to murder. Oh. If you do that enough times, you might.
Hey Trisky.
I'm sitting upright, you bitch!
Hey, Trisky.
Hey Trisky.
Hey, Trisky.
Hey Trisky. Hey.
Alright, now that I've properly deafened myself to escape their bullshit, you are, all degenerate trash, and, I am sadly aware of your existence. Shut up, you whores.
Can you hear us?
Why?
Why? Come on.
Because you're being annoying. I thought that was my job. I play mange. I thought it was
Bro.
my job to be the annoying weirdo. But you've somehow
interacting with
done
the
worse.
audience. Oh, we're sorry that we're breaking the fourth wall and interacting with your audience.
No, it's not a matter of interacting with the audience. You're saying, "Hey Trisky, hey Trisky, hey Trisky!"
Sorry, hey mange. Mange, hey mange.
That's still me!
Hey Mange. Hey Mange.
Hey mange.
Hey Mange.
Hey mange.
Hey Mange, posture check.
I have the power to mute both of you because that gave me admin privileges. Mainly for Craig, to add him to the server, and to do some other basic things. But you know what? I'm going to abuse it here. So I get to be the only one that can talk right now until Zach gets back. How does that sound? Sounds good? Okay. No, I'm not going to keep doing that. You're fucking both bitches. You're bitches.
Bitch.
I know I am.
Oh.
That doesn't stop you from being a bitch ass whore.
Yeah.
You're trying to get a rise out of me when I'm specifically not trying to talk so much. Of course I'm pissed.
Dude,
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, because my throat is fucking...
well, then quit fucking fucked in the throat.
That's my job.
Alright, everyone, it's been a great session. I hope you all enjoyed. We're gonna end off right here.
Door stuck. Door stuck.
Door stuck. Door stuck.
That's where we'll end it off.
I mean, I immediately broke your fuck.
You broke the door of a tavern. Didn't break my door.
You're gonna have to pay for that.
Well, if he broke
No!
it.
You're gonna have to pay for that.
I ain't paying for shit. I didn't do nothing.
I was saying that to Rowan, and that was also my throw dexterity check for ranged.
So,
Because I'm throwing a dagger at you.
yeah, you should have back.
Finn wants to be the door while you smash him.
Can we make Alexandria the door?
I'm done.
Hey,
I'm just
we
done.
can play house.
I am
I
done.
can be the screen door and you slam me all night.
What even is
Degeneracy
going
what's
on?
going on.
Nothing good.
Degeneracy.
Yeah, I like how you've taken that word that was intended as an insult and just turned it into a badge of honor, you fucking asshole.
Degenerates.
I am very proud of it. Ooh woo.
Ooh woo. Turn this
Ooh
into
woo.
free stuff.
Ooh woo, gang.
Ooh woo gay.
Normal tabletop RPG, low motivation break time sounds about right.
Fluff, I need
Oh,
you
is
to
it break time? Can I get a drink? I'm gonna get a drink.
get a good
Notably
drink.
opposed break time because our DM has to go take care of his little sister.
Alright, I'm gonna be back. Don't fuck anybody without me.
We'll try not to.
Yeah, so in case I never fucking said it, which said it, our DM has to take care of his RB. Yeah.
Round.
Ainge does not take basic.
Oh, it's Finn. Did you say bad dragon? Oh.
I like how Finn is very purposely trying to disguise the fact that he's just giving you guys ideas and trying to pretend that he is, you know, not also responsible for this bullshit by giving said ideas in the first place.
You know, there's something.
It's like one of
else
those
we could
things.
make.
Like one of those things of why the fuck would you say it unless you want it to happen? You know, like yeah.
Finn, if you go ahead and donate $5 right now, we will go ahead and make a warpstone dildo in your name.
I hate you and your guts. I want to take your guts and strangle you with them and then sell them on the black market in RimWorld.
It's called promotion of the channel. I'm helping you.
You're trying to get somebody to fucking send me money so you could have your own fucking dumbass sex fantasies with your warpstone.
Dude, but if I hit you with it, that's something. And plus, you already know that Alexandria is probably gonna make one. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, she can go fuck herself with it too, quite literally.
Jesus Christ, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I came back to go fuck yourself with it, literally.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. We're all back now. We can actually do this thing where I throw a dagger at Rowan's face.
He's throwing a dagger.
I throw a dagger at Rowan.
Rowan. Sees Rowan and Alexandria laughing and throws a dagger at Rowan's face.
Yeah.
At Rowan, just at Rowan, not specifically his face.
Well,
Trying to hit
that's a
him.
5. So for Rowan to hit, that misses quite wildly. You go, you throw it, just goes punk into the wall.
Rowan's still laughing.
Considering it only took like 2 bashes to break open the door, I don't know why you still think it's funny.
Because we've locked you in a
Like
room.
Yeah, for half a second.
You're bad.
Here, keep the change.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Alright, Finn. You got a deal. You got a deal.
Jack?
Mhm.
Rowan made a deal with one of my mods that you might have to honor despite your preferences.
Just know we have Alexandria in the party, so it makes sense.
Wait, what kind of deal?
Repeat
Alright,
what
what
you
is this?
fucking said.
Alright, so Finn brought up Bad Dragon, right? So I went ahead and said, hey Finn, if you donate $5, we'll make a warpstone dildo out of you. And look what happened.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't dildo if you want.
It's mine.
Yep, it's hers.
I mean,
No.
I would not recommend putting Warpstone inside.
No.
of you,
Mange gets the dildo so he can smack you with it and taunt you with it.
Can you use it to go fuck with yourself?
I will. Just give it to me.
but- and you've got to make it first, or maybe find somebody you can buy it from. There are a lot of weirdos.
Hey, wait, we're going to a blacksmith. Hold on.
You need
You
a
can make a cast iron bad dragon.
yeah. You need to buy a specialized upgrade for her to work with Warpstone. Yeah, she can make an iron or steel one. Dwarves don't like to deal with wood. So yeah.
Just in case you want splinters.
All right,
up there.
so this is what happens, Rowan. The next time you try and incentivize somebody in my fucking chat to donate to me for one of your dumbass shits, you have to match their donation.
But why though?
Because fuck you, stop influencing my chat.
You're a bad
He's
influence.
basically getting you money.
Yes, I have a fucking subathon this weekend. That's what I'm doing anyway.
Okay, Finn. If you go ahead and bring up the Warpstone dildo in the subathon next weekend, I'll go ahead and we'll make 2 Warpstone dildos.
Rowan, you can do that on your own fucking time. Shall we continue?
Yeah, alright. So
Yeah.
main throw the dagger which hits a wall.
All right. Mange goes back into the room for half a second, grabs the bucket
Wait,
from the corner,
You're going back into the
comes
room?
back out. Nope,
you
the
shut
door
the
the
door
door
when
is
you went
already
back into the
crashed
room?
open. He steps inside, grabs the bucket, steps back outside, goes up to Rowan, and
Run's
shoves the bucket
Run's running.
of piss and shit
Run's running.
on Rowan's head.
Run's running.
Well,
That's right.
when Roman
Nope.
sees you coming out, he
Before
runs.
before Mange goes into the room, he tells Skit Scratch, "Grab him."
Run's running.
So yeah, Mange is Skid Scratch is faster than you, so he would catch you. That'll be
Wait,
then
I have
opposed.
40 feet.
That is a good point. You're actually faster.
Yes, thank you,
Because
Zeus.
Rowan has hooves. So Rowan just turns and like there's a clop as he basically jumps to get him off. Yeah, and starts clopping down the stairs. Yeah, as Rowan can basically no longer
Mange screams, "Man broke door! Catch him!"
You shout that, nobody seems to care.
So I'll think the door broke. I think it's just open now.
Yeah, no,
I
you-
just
you
begin
break the magical
laughing
thing.
even harder as I try to like get out and get out of the way of this little rat man's wrath.
All
Yeah,
right.
so Skid Scratch is chasing after Rowan.
He doesn't manage to catch him, right?
I'll say there's like obstacles in the way in that, so roll an opposed athletics or acrobatics.
Right. I have to do that for Skit Scratch.
Ooh. You could roll for him actually. That makes more sense.
I mean, you already did it. I don't have
Yeah, I
to.
already
You got a
did it.
better one.
Yeah, so you succeeded by 8. Yeah, so you go down, like clopping down the stairs really quickly, and then like as you can like your way through, you hear like a and you see like this skinny ass even like waving at you. Apparently, someone like got onto the roof and then launched himself off of that, and he gets onto your back, and that'll be an opposed strength to see if he can knock you down.
1.
That means you want to roll a d20. If you
The
get-
battle of the shits.
If you get a 6 or lower, then Skit Scratch will succeed.
Fuck you!
Yeah, so you like there. You notice that coming. You can like stagger and can, like get your foot caught on like a bit of like one of the planks that's stuck up, and you get bed like tumbled down onto the floor by this tiny rat guy. And although you would be able to fairly easily knock him off pretty quickly, you are knocked to the floor. So Mange just running up with this bucket.
Mange immediately, as soon as he's within decent range, throws the bucket as hard as possible at Rowan's face.
Right,
And then
roll d20 plus dex.
Also, can Rowan attempt to use Skid Scratch as a shield to block it?
Nope, you lost that opposed strength
Nope,
check,
he's
you
on top of
bitch!
him. He's on top of him. He's on top of me.
I
Hey,
think that'll give you some
hey,
extra
Mange.
AC.
Yes.
Mange.
Hit get scratch.
Get Scratch a dex to see if he manages to avoid it.
What is his dex? Isn't it good, actually?
Yes. So he throws that and you pull Skit Scratch in the way and you end up like rolling and it just gets dumped onto the floor.
Alright. Mange is going to run up to Rowan and so now he doesn't have a bucket,
Yeah.
but the dude is still pinned to the ground.
Watched off, so Rowan is there like on the floor, probably getting up.
Yeah.
Nope, Mange is going to sit on Rowan's back.
You're going to sit. I
Yes,
don't think
no.
Mange is that heavy. But yeah, that would be the
If that's his
strength.
strength? Okay.
Yeah.
There.
So Rowan actually succeeds by more.
Just like, get off me.
So Mange like goes to sit on him and Rowan can manages to get himself up, so Mange just sits heavily onto the floor.
Am I close enough to any of the shit that splattered across the ground?
It's like a pile like
Rowan.
less than a foot next
Rowan,
to you.
Mange immediately grabs the nearest nugget of shit and chucks it at Rowan.
Can Rowan do an
D20
acrobatics?
Oh, it's just a rolling to hit, so D20 plus dex.
That hits. Yeah.
Dodge that, fucker!
Yeah, so Rowan is like turning on to go just in the back of the head. I have no idea how we got to this.
No! Prank Mange!
Really?
Improvised weapon, can I damage?
I didn't
No,
even
it
do
did
anything
poop.
yet.
Gonna do damage. It's just annoying.
Rowan's just like, you know what? Sounds like somebody didn't get enough sleep last night.
Probably because somebody else banging on door!
Go to sleep.
Reminder, that targets the lowest hit dice, and there's a lot of people in this room.
I thought we were outside.
No, this is like you were heading for the door. You're like a
He
couple of
was
feet
on the
from
roof
the door.
though, that he jumped on top
Yeah,
of.
he was like on the ceiling. You can like skip along the ceiling, then dropped on you.
Wait, he skittered along the ceiling? What the fuck?
He is a Skaven.
He is a Skaven. And he also does have climbing claw things.
Yeah. He's a gutter runner. They're used to that kind of thing.
Alright, Rowan's gonna go ahead and hold off on the
It's
sleep
like
spell.
you could probably get that off so it only hit Mange, but then it would include you in the area, so you just knock yourself out.
Alright, I'll hold off on it. For now.
Yeah, so you're gonna go to cast and realize, too many people.
So
You're
how
a
do
silly
the other
rat.
people around us react to this fucking scene?
Yeah, people kind of saw that and started like cheering and like roaring and going with it. Seems like this kind of thing is reasonably common. So you also hear like a shrill whistle, and everyone like kind of covers their ears and turns. See the bartender. See the bartender who's like throws a bucket of water towards where you dump that.
Mange basically just spits at as close to Rowan as he can. He's not really necessarily trying to hit Rowan, so I'm not even gonna bother rolling
It's
for
hard
it.
to spit over distance, so
Well, yeah, but we're still relatively close to each other.
yeah.
And then
he's spitting
Mange-
his direct.
Mange sort of motions for Skit to follow him and steps outside.
Well, that was fun.
Oh, I'm gonna get him back. Trust me.
Yeah, it's definitely
I
when
don't
Alexander
doubt
gets
you.
upstairs. What you could imagine.
I like how
is
you
all
don't
the
consider the
chests
fact that I got you in the back of the head with some shit after you tried to lock me in the room even at this point.
At least
Yeah,
he
it's
isn't a
like-
bucket of shit.
There's definitely also like when Alexandria says that, there's a lot of standing towards her and cheering, and a lot of other people like trying to come and pay for her services again.
Oh, well, depends. What are you boys offering this time? I'm kind of in a rush, so it'll have to be a good price.
Rowan kind of like leans over to you. I'm just gonna be going ahead and visiting possibly somebody who's looking to help me out here. If you want to keep on, pleasing these guests, I'm sure a lot of money will come your way.
Ooh, who's this new person?
Says bartender says that he's he someone.
He said she. The
She's
female
looking-
dwarf, what you've heard.
She's looking for a bigger challenge, and well, I'm hoping to offer it to her, possibly recruit
Got
her.
boner.
Do it.
Ooh,
How do you know?
I might have to come along with you for this one. Sorry,
Alright.
boys. I'll return another day. Keep your wallets on you.
See, there's a lot of disappointed, like, there's probably a couple people that make a move to grab you, but then others, like, grab them and stop them. And there's probably several brawls that break out as you guys head out. Is I rolled a thing for their reaction, and I rolled a 16, so you didn't get attacked. As well, people like, no, don't fuck her up. That's my job. Yeah, you managed to get outside as this brawl builds up behind you.
Alright. Let's go find this blacksmith.
I'm certainly popular here now.
That's good to hear.
It's like, this kind of place, any building you walk into, you will be popular. Like, the fact that you are female is a pretty big draw to basically everybody here.
Might want to start following Nurgle after this.
You guys gonna head on down to that blacksmith that you heard about? Or that Rowan heard about?
Well, assuming they ever catch